What's up, Clint?
What's up, Randolphilopoulos?
Long time no see, buddy. How are you?
I'm good. It's been way too long. There's too much pretty between us for us to not see each other.
That's for really sure. That's the truest statement I think has ever been said in here.
Hey, Randy, can you tilt his camera up a little bit?
I guess we should have looked at that before we got started.
He's a little
taller
taller than
than-
our other guests.
yeah.
So.
It happens.
You know. We're making this special for you, Clint.
That's right. I always feel special.
I'm making somebody else while I'm doing this, so it's not just a wobbly frame.
Yes, sir.
So what do you do, man?
Well-
Introduce yourself.
So right now, my real job, my adult job, I'm a finance manager for a car dealership here in Arkansas. I don't want to blast them out. But I sell cars all day. I am your dirty car salesman.
Hell yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm married. Happily married, I should say that.
Sweet. Everyone out there, he's off the market. Don't try it.
Yeah, ladies,
Don't
back
try it.
I work too much and I don't get enough sleep. So, I mean, that's really about it.
That's the American dream, though, right?
That is the American dream.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
I think the term "get rich or die trying." I think die trying is easier. So.
Oh, I think so.
Absolutely.
I think that's a for sure fact.
Not too hard to die.
No.
Not too hard to die at all.
Way easier.
Cool, man.
So how has the car business been treating you? I don't think I've seen you since you started that whole gig.
I don't think. I was actually trying to think of the last time we saw each other, and I couldn't decide if it was when we sat in the parking lot of your old apartment.
Yeah.
Till like 4 a.m. talking, or the night I went to jail, and I couldn't decide which one was the last time I saw you. So
I don't remember the jail one.
That sounds like a story.
it was a story. It was a BS story. Thank you, University PD. So
We
I
don't
don't
have to get
remember that
into it
one.
if you're not into it. You know, we don't
No,
have to talk about
I
that.
don't. It doesn't bother me. So I think I hit you up. Went out to. I think we went. Oh, where did we go? I don't even remember. We went somewhere.
Okay.
Had a beer and a burger, just caught up, talked, and then
So far, so good.
yeah, it was nothing.
Yeah.
We parted ways, and I was headed home. It was like 11:30 at night, and I just bought the red truck, the lifted red truck,
Okay.
and didn't have tags on it or nothing. Got pulled over, had my gun in the truck. They made a way bigger deal out of it than it should have been.
Mhm.
It was unloaded, didn't have a clip in it, nothing. And they were like, "So we're taking you to jail." And I'm like,
Wow.
"Why? I told you it was there."
Was it
Yeah.
like registered and
Yeah, it's
everything
my
was
gun.
cool
Bought
on
it legally. Everything was fine. Didn't have a big deal about it. Like,
What?
and that was the sole reason they took me to jail that night. Had my truck impounded, kept me in jail for 3 hours. Total of 3 hours. Had to call a buddy of mine to drive from Heber, pick me up, drive me back home. The next morning we had to drive back, get my truck out of impound. It was stupid.
Holy shit.
What university was it? Do you want to blast them or you just want to?
I don't care. It was in Conway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Got
the
you.
university in Conway.
One of those three.
One of those.
Yeah.
Conveniently, where they have access to the Dave Ward Street.
Oh,
you know.
okay.
There's a big one over there.
I might reside in that university.
Believe it or not, I have also been taken to jail in Conway for having a gun, but mine was loaded.
Yeah.
My story, when was that?
Oh, it was 2012.
Okay, yeah. So that wasn't too long after mine. Now they have the journey law, where you can have a weapon in your vehicle if you're on a journey, but it doesn't. The
What
law
do you
doesn't
consider a journey?
Yeah, I was like, what is a
the
journey?
law doesn't define what a journey is, so it's up to the cop at first, and if he doesn't think you're on a journey, he can arrest you, and then it's up to the judge to decide if he thinks it was a journey. But nothing defines a journey, so like a trip to Walmart could be a journey.
I thought the whole point of like having it registered and having like the license and everything was so that you could have it like safely in your car or some shit like that, right?
That's to own it.
Oh.
So to carry it is a separate thing.
Okay.
You can get a license to carry it, which I do have now after my arrest. But if you are arrested and convicted of carrying without a permit, then you cannot get a permit for like 7 years.
Shit.
So it's kind of a shit process. But
Yeah.
when I got arrested, mine's a weird story, because it was back when I didn't have a job. I was broke. I didn't have a vehicle, but I was dating this girl and we were living together, and she had an old shit little Dodge something car, like a little piece of shit Dodge car.
Sounds
So
about right.
it was old. It was old even then. This was like 2010, I think, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we lived in a neighborhood in Conway that wasn't that great of a neighborhood. It was the one over there, kind of like by where like Jimmy John's, and not the newer Jimmy John's, the older Jimmy John's, and what's that burger place? There's that Wendy's, the Jimmy John's, and then there's
Is it Freddy's?
not a Arby's, but like another fast food burger place right there
Huh.
by Church's Chicken. We lived over kind of in that area
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
I can't remember any street names because who the fuck pays attention to a street name, right?
Right.
Nobody reads anymore.
You,
Right.
you take a left at the Walgreens.
Yeah.
So
That's some southern shit.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah. So we lived in that little neighborhood in a little house, and it's like we went out and we were my girlfriend and I at the time, and we had dinner, had a few drinks. We were just hanging out, nothing crazy, nothing wild. We get home, it's pretty late, 11, 12 o'clock, whatever, and our dog had pooped on my pillow.
what does this have to do with guns again?
It's a long story. Trust
Long
me.
story.
It's a very long story. So the dog poops on the pillow. So we're like, oh god damn it. So we're washing all the sheets. We're waiting on them to dry so we can put them on the bed and go to bed. So at this point it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and there's a knock on the door, and I'm like, what the fuck? Who's at my door at 1 a.m.? So I go to the door. It's this tiny little frail old black lady. And she's like, hey, I ran out of gas up here. Like, I'm hoping to get a ride. And I'm like, I mean, okay, I can't say no. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to give this lady a ride.
You probably
like,
could say
You
no.
totally could say no. Right.
The good-hearted Randy.
yeah,
couldn't
I'm
say
a good
no.
guy. I'm a good guy.
You're a good guy, but anyways, proceed. Go ahead.
So, but I'm like, okay, it's 1 a.m. This is very strange. So
Sounds like sex trafficking.
at least you have
Definitely sex
that.
trafficking.
Somebody's trying to sex traffic Randy.
I mean, look at him.
So
mean,
I grab
I
my
don't blame
gun. I grab my girlfriend's car keys. I get in the car. I start to give this lady a ride. And I'm like, hey, like, you got a gas can? Where's your car? Like, what's up? And she's like, well, if you could just give me a ride, I'll get someone to help me go get my car. I'm like, okay, fine. So I give her a ride. She ends up talking me out of like $40 to help her. And again, I'm a good guy. I'm a sucker. So I give her
$40.
I give her this money, right? And I'm like, okay, well, here, I'm a generous man. I didn't have. That was like the only money that I had at the time too, because I was dead broke,
Oh
no
my
job,
God.
nothing. I'm like, okay, I'll help you out. I'm trying to be a nice guy. Give her the money. I go home and go to bed. Everything's fine. Everything's good. No big deal. So like a week later, at like 11 at night, there's another knock on the door, and I answer the door, and it's that same lady, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right?
And I'm like, look, lady, I can't help you.
Yeah.
You're taking everything I got.
Yeah.
Can't help you. And she's like, well, I just came to pay you your money back. I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. I need that money.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
So I'm thinking she's going to hand me $40. And she's like, but we got to go over here to get it. And I'm like, this is real fucked up.
Sounds like a drug deal now.
Dude, yeah, you're about to get robbed
I know,
for
I know.
all your shit.
All the red flags are going
They're
off,
like,
right?
yeah, this little white boy, he's giving me all this fucking money, you
Yeah.
know.
All the red flags. At this point, I don't have any more money for her to take. Like, she's going to rob me and take nothing.
Your car.
My pants. She didn't. That car was a piece of shit.
I mean, at least it's a car.
So I'm like, okay, well, I do need that money. This is just a real sketchy situation. So I grab my gun again, and I'm like, hey, I got to go get this money. And my girlfriend's like, no, don't do it. This is weird. It's fucked up. And I'm like, I got to. I need that money. I got rent to pay, lady. You want to live in the streets? So
Oh, God.
we both get in my ride. We go to these even shittier apartments in Conway. And she's like, just hang tight. We go up here. I'll go get it. She gets out. She goes up. She knocks on the door. Nobody answers. She walks down to another door, knocks on the door, and I'm like, okay, this is fucked. This is not good. She comes back, and she's like, well, nobody's here. She's like, if you'll take me over to this place, I'll get your money. And I'm like, okay, well, and
I mean, by that point, you're probably spent your $40 in gas. Yeah. If this car is as old as you're saying.
So we're driving to this other place, and on the way there, I was like, okay, this is just bad. I gotta just cut bait, run. Mm-hmm. So I'm telling her, I'm like, hey, look, fuck the money. I'm gonna drop you off at this next place, and I'm going home. This is strange. This is weird. I'm not being part of whatever the fuck this is. Mm-hmm. So I drop her off. I start heading back home, which isn't but maybe 2 or 3 miles down the road. Well, turns out this piece of shit fucking car has a headlight out.
Damn.
Cop pulls me over for the headlight out. So there's 2 things here. I had so many speeding tickets. I did not have a driver's license.
I remember this. I remember this.
So I knew that once he ran it, he was going to tow the car because I'm not allowed to drive. And 2, they were going to search it when they went to tow it, and they're going to find my gun. Mm-hmm. Loaded and ready to roll because I was in a weird fucking situation.
Yes, for sure.
That I did not have a permit to carry in my car. So I'm like, okay, I'm super fucked. So my plan in my rational head was to give him the license and insurance, let him go to his car and run it, and when he comes back and says, hey, your license is suspended, we got to tow this car, I would have my gun unloaded, sitting safely in the passenger seat, and say, okay, look, buddy, no problem. By the way, here's my gun. Not a threat. All good.
Peace, love, and
Were
harmony.
you messing with your gun while he was back there at the fucking car, Randy?
I know, it sounds like a stupid idea, okay?
Oh my
this
God.
was what was going through my head at the time. So, he takes my shit, he goes, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. I pull my gun out. I drop the clip, right? I rack it so that I get the bullet out of the chamber, and as I'm racking it, I hear, drop the weapon!
And shit, of course you hear drop the weapon.
I turned to my right, and he had a partner that I had not seen at all, and she had seen me, like, fiddling around and came to check, saw the gun, drew down on me, so she's like, got her gun on me, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yep, about to die.
This turned into a bad situation.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
gonna get
throw
shot.
everything in the air, and I'm like, don't shoot me, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. That was literally the words that came out of my mouth.
That
Just-
pitch, too.
Yeah,
right?
just that way.
Yeah, just like that. Maybe even higher
maybe
pitch,
higher?
maybe
Yeah.
even, like, faster and a more, like, oh, fuck.
Uh-huh.
So I went to jail that night for that. And then, see, here's the thing. Try explaining that story to the cops. Because
Yeah.
she thought that I was loading the gun to shoot him when he came back.
God.
And I'm like, I'm talking this crazy story about a crackhead and $40, and they're like, they're not
You're
buying
the
it.
Of course they're
crackhead,
not
Rich.
buying it. Yeah.
Exactly.
I barely buy it. Not like I believe most of the things you say.
I was it was a way fuck situation.
God.
Way stranger than yours. But I don't know. Conway's a weird place, man.
Mhm.
True. College
very-
town, man. Cops are everywhere.
I didn't realize that happened, though.
Yep.
Damn.
It was a long time ago, and I mean, we even tried to take it to court, and like I hired a lawyer and everything, and all my lawyer did was get it dropped to a civil citation, and I mean the charge was carrying without a permit, anyways, but it was still like really weird and sketchy that my lawyer was like buddies with the prosecuting attorney. And I was like, oh, I got this.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
going to get me out.
Uh-huh.
No. They've all got paid. So,
Damn.
you know, it worked out.
Yeah, lawyers are sketchy, man.
Now here's the best part of my whole situation. When we got out of court, they said, okay, we'll send you a letter when you can come pick up your firearm.
Yeah.
They gave it back to me. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to get it back without a clip, without any ammunition, nothing. Like, it's probably going to be disassembled in a box.
Right.
Wrong.
Yeah, just
So-
like they took it.
So they had it in a box, and they gave it back to me in that box, and they were like, so we're going to walk this out to your car, and we're going to take our box back. And I was like,
What?
why? And they were like, well, it smells like marijuana. So we think there was some marijuana in the box before we put your gun in it. I was like,
what the fuck?
okay.
What kind of
And-
operation are you running here?
Go ask UPD. I don't know.
Holy
So
shit.
they let me take it out to my truck, stand there with an officer, load my gun, put it back in my truck, and drive off. The same thing I was charged for, they just let me do. I was like, this is a crock.
That's fucked,
This
man.
is a crock of shit.
Such horseshit.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah.
And what's fucked about it now is like they can still arrest you for that shit, even though
you get pulled
it is
over that
technically
on the way
legal.
home.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, like when I'm driving around Hot Springs, I mean, like I've got mine locked in my console. I mean, and I don't have a permit. Sorry, don't pull me over, please. But like coming down here, I was like, no, I'm going out of town. Even though it's a journey, that crap didn't work last time. So
What?
Yeah, that's why it's such a crapshoot.
Yeah. It just depends on the person you get, I guess.
It depends on the cop, and then
Yeah.
it depends on the judge.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what's fucked. Because what's a journey?
What's a journey?
That's why laws are such a crock of shit.
There's too many bylaws and subsection A's and
Anarchy. Wow.
Yeah. What was okay? It was either that time or what was? When we were.
When we set up, so I was dating a girl one time, and me and you were hanging out, and she was supposed to be getting off work and coming hanging out with us at Bear's Den. And she showed up for I think a minute or something like that, and this was the one that was cheating on me.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember that.
I do remember that.
Yeah, they all cheat on me, so it's okay.
Jeez.
except my wife. That's why I married her, because she's amazing.
Hell.
Yeah.
But
Just keep the one that doesn't.
yeah, keep the one that does it, and live a happy life. So.
Yeah. I remember that. I think I was the one that busted her on that too, wasn't I?
Yeah, because you were like, "Hey, let's go to where they're at right now," and I'm like, "Nah, I ain't playing that game. I'll just go home. Like, I'll deal with that crap later." And you're like, "No, man, let's go.
Let's
do it."
Randy's that guy. He's that friend.
Ride
man.
or die.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
is that instigator, and I love it.
Yeah,
That's great.
I will poke the bear.
That's right. At the Bear's Den.
I'll run when he's angry, but I'll poke him.
Bear's Den. There's been many a tale on here about Bear's Den.
Oh, that's a terrible place. It's a terrible place full of black holes and regret.
I mean, I think that's like the odor they put in the air is regret.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think it just comes naturally to that place.
Yeah.
Mm.
You get that many kids around drinking, there's just bound to be the smell of regret everywhere.
Yeah.
One time I saw a kid that was dressed as like a dog, but like leather daddy dog.
Oh.
Like a gimp dog kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a submissive,
Oh.
like
Yeah.
sexual
Wow.
dog. He had a mask, he had a tail.
Okay.
It was weird, man.
Gimp
Kinky.
dogs.
It was weird.
Not into it.
He got arrested that night.
Really?
Oh.
You would think.
He got arrested that night, and the cop that arrested me the first time I got a DWI was the one that arrested him, and he was like, "You hadn't been drinking or driving, have you?" And I was like, "No."
No.
Nope, you're not taking two to jail, buddy.
You know why? Why did Gimp Dog get arrested?
He was super trashed and acting a fool, just like you would think a gimp dog would.
Did they arrest him and go, "Bad dog,
They
should
sprayed
have.
him with a fucking bottle.
get off the table"?
They just put a leash on his collar. And
He'd
Get in
like
the car.
that. He'd like that. They can't.
Yeah, that's not punishment.
back to your kennel, dog.
Yeah, he'd like that too much.
You're going to the pound.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross.
Bad news. That guy was. It was strange. It was a strange place. Strange guy.
Hey man, to each their own.
So tell us about this new thing you got going on. What's the?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so I've been working with a bunch of like-minded individuals on a podcast. Kenneth Vigu, he is the creator of this podcast. He has started this out. There's a Fallout 76 just Facebook page. It's a community. Everybody gets on, says, "Oh, hey, I found a cool gun. Who wants to buy it from me?" Or, "Hey, we're gathering together, big group. We're going over here." And he just started writing funny little posts, I guess, about funny things that could happen in the wasteland, or something that he found humorous or found in certain parts of the Appalachia waste. And it exploded. I mean, it just blew up. Everybody in this forum and this pages were just loving it. And they're like, you got to do more. You got to do more. So he started doing different posts and different days. And somebody was like, you need to make a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he started making this podcast. He did it all himself the first go around. And then he started asking for help. He said, does anybody want to help me do this? And did like an open cast call. On the last episode that aired, I believe was episode 4, we had 17 voice actors all coming together.
Fucking hell.
That's a real production.
It is an hour-long
this
episode.
One right here? This one here?
Yeah. Episode 4. It is absolutely hilarious. Chad, a Fallout 76 story. We had to rename it that because fuck Chad didn't work. Politically correctness. So
yeah.
Fuck Chad.
Strange.
yeah. So that's what it is. The podcast is based around obviously funny things that happen in the wasteland. There's always that asshole character.
Mm-hmm.
There's always that person you play video games with who's like killing you, then teabagging your corpse. You know, that's Chad.
Okay.
He is the ultimate in your video game history. He's always been there.
I'm down, dude.
And that's what he initially started writing it about. And he's exploded the character as far as his dimension and what he is. And Alex, the guy who voices him, does an amazing job. And he's British, but he sounds just like you and me. And
Really?
that's crazy. Like he is a legit voice actor.
That's awesome.
I'm mediocre, and I know that, but he is really good, and he does just such an amazing job at what he does.
Oh yeah, dude.
So what kind of does it follow like one set story, or is this like a story an episode? How does this work?
We're doing seasons. We're still in obviously our first season. We've already got season 2 written. We just haven't seen the scripts yet, and it is following a story. And we had a 4th of July special, and then I think Labor Day weekend we're coming out with our summer special. The whole story behind Fallout 76 is it's the first vault to open since the nuclear apocalypse, and so I think it's 20 or 25 years after the bombs dropped. And these are the guinea pigs, so to speak, the first people out of the vault.
Okay.
Right.
And so there's the Fallout 76 July special was all inside the vault. And you get some backstory on the characters, and you get some of the kind of ins and outs of what's going to happen and how the actual storyline of the game starts. You know, we're getting ready to leave the vault.
Okay.
So it's really cool. It's really interesting. I'm having a blast with it because I'm a super Fallout fan nerd.
Yeah.
I have a bobblehead.
Oh, Pip Boy bobblehead.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm obsessed. I mean, I have a Fallout tattoo. So
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's a very fun franchise.
It is.
Ever since what was it, Fallout 3?
yeah.
Loved
Fallout 3 is where it really blew up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it really blew up. The first 2, they were PC only.
Yes.
And they were, old games. I mean, they were hard to keep up. Now they're classics, and they've got an amazing storyline if you can keep up with them.
Cult
Much different,
following.
though.
Yeah, when video games really hit the market, with the Xbox and all that, that's when the Fallout franchise and Bethesda blew it up, and I've been obsessed ever since.
Bethesda just comes out with great games. Like we were just talking about on our last one, like Skyrim, great.
Oh yeah,
Fallout, really good.
So how do you like 76?
I like 76. I pre-ordered, so I got the beta. So obviously anybody did that, you got to play it before anybody else did.
Yeah.
And from starting from the beta and being so excited, I was so disappointed to what it was.
Yeah.
And with updates and patches and everything, they have made it better. And come November, we're actually getting NPCs back. They're doing different events. They're changing it because they realized that, in my opinion, they released it too early. It was premature when it came out.
Yeah.
And now they're like, okay, we can fix it. We've heard. We're listening. We're fixing it.
That's good.
And there are some things they're not fixing. They don't care. But
right. Some of it, I'm sure, is a lot tougher than others. But that's kind of the issue I had, because I like the Fallout games. And then I knew with this one being multiplayer like it is, and not really story driven as the previous, that I was going to be a bit questionable about it, because that's really, how I like to play my Fallout games.
For sure.
I'm just on my own and just trying to load up and just running through the story and checking everything out and just
seeing how much shit
wild.
you can carry at one time and make it to the vendor.
Yes, exactly.
For sure.
But so then with this coming out, I waited like a couple months just to check everything out, and finally I was like, man, fuck it. So I bought it, started playing it. I probably put 5 hours in, and I was like, okay, this is enough. I'm just doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah, I thought the multiplayer aspect was kind of... I wasn't a big fan of it because it's like Fallout. I think the whole draw and what I like about Fallout is that you feel really isolated and you're like on your own on your own mission trying to do this thing, and now you have other real people running around and like not just NPCs you can talk to. And
what I really liked with the previous ones was that there was a lot of that, but there was also settlements, like people trying to rebuild, trying to make normal. Sure. But you get none of that with the.
I never played him.
Really, in 76, it's just wide open, and you just come across other players every once in a while, and I don't know, just kind of more stale, I guess. Yeah. To me, it just kind of a little more boring.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I mean, that was one of the first things that I said, and at the same time, you got to sit there and think this isn't 200 years like Fallout 4 was.
Right,
this is 20 years after the bombs dropped. But
that is true.
We're so used to it being, people have evolved, they've adapted, they've built, they've structured, and we're getting that rawness in this game.
That's a good point. And I really didn't, even just until you said that, I really didn't take any of that into account.
For sure.
And I was just... This isn't what I wanted.
Well, and it's one of those. I mean, I believe I am a huge die-hard Fallout fan. I mean, I have every bobblehead, so I've collected them all.
But you had to get a lot of death claws to get that one.
Oh yeah. My wife, she's the death claw. No, I can't say anything bad because she bought them for me. So she's gonna be watching this and be like, "I'm gonna kill you."
What did you just say?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
But no, I mean, and that's what I try and argue with people who are just like, "Oh, 76 is crap. It's nothing. It's awful. It's nothing like the original games." And I'm like, okay, so take a step back. This is raw. 25 years. You're the first people out in Appalachia. You're the first people out there, and you have to rebuild it. That's your whole job. And yeah, you have to get with a team to conquer certain missions. And I mean, I get it because I'm with y'all on the fact that it's not the same. It's not what Fallout should be, branded as. But
yeah,
we're starting something new here.
I feel like they should have pitched it like that, because now. I can see it in a different light, with just based on my limited experience, just with you saying that, because really, I mean, obviously I knew the story and how that was it, the bombs had just dropped and now you're just getting to venture out, but I'd never really thought about it in that aspect. Like they should have pushed that more, I feel like.
They should have, and I mean, I think they tried to, but they were too focused on it's a multiplayer. It's a multiplayer, guys.
Yeah, that's
holy
all,
crap.
That's all I heard pre-release. It's just that you can play with your friends.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you to.
Yeah, I don't want to play with my friends.
Fuck my friends.
I was cool sitting in my vault.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. No new friends. No.
Did you blow up Megaton?
Okay, so we have a running joke about that. I've blown up Megaton once in my entire Fallout playing because I had the Pimp Daddy shack at the end of the game, and I was like, if somebody blows up my shack, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "Oh no, we always blew it up," and blah blah blah. I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
No, I blew it up every time.
See,
I wanted those caps, man.
I'm with you. I didn't blow it up because I wanted a place to store all my good shit.
Right?
Yeah.
Keep my weapons.
I get it, right?
That's the whole. I load up and then I go. I run off and get caps that way. But the good stuff I keep in case I ever need to run to Deathclaw Sanctuary.
That's right.
So
I just keep everything on me, man. I'm guns blazing.
I can't carry 12 fat boys.
That's true. That's true. That's
You know,
true.
but maybe I need 12 fat boys at some point.
That's
so
right.
Yeah.
Got to store them at my house.
I blew it up every time. I'm evil.
Well, and the Fallout 4, there was when you could build your own and do all that. Oh man, my wife got so pissed off.
Fallout 4 was great.
It was amazing. I spent days on end just building shit.
Yeah,
I mean, you get on Sanctuary Island where it's like an unlimited build space, or you mod the crap out of something and you can build a skyscraper 12 stories high. You know.
Yeah.
I have in my Fallout 4 character, I have a museum of all legendary items, power armors.
Nice.
Nice.
I wish I had pictures I would show you, but
Yeah.
it's super nerdy and I love it.
But even the story for Fallout 4 I
so
thought was
good.
really good.
The story was really good in that.
Yeah.
Well, and I liked how, because they always do, you're looking for something, and that's your main quest. And I think in 76, you're lacking that. What is the main quest in Fallout 76?
Right.
Yeah, why am
no
I here?
drive, really.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
What am I
rebuilding
doing?
shit.
And I think that's one of the updates or patches they're coming out with. They're giving you somewhat of a main quest to go by because there's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It needs that.
It's got events and it's got stuff you can do and stories you can find and follow, but there's no interaction. It's just like, I found a note on the ground. It says, go over here. So I go over here and I find another note on the ground that says, go check the computer at the old tavern. I go check the computer at the old tavern. It says, you just fucking wasted your time.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of fetch quests.
I think
Yeah.
I feel like the multiplayer aspect really turned on them. At least to me it did, because the last thing I remember doing in that game, I was running through doing some mission, checking at like one of the bus terminals or something like that, and some kid was there doing something similar, and then I was trying to like go through and kill everything, and he was just like annoying me and just like talking and like, hey, come over here, hey, come do this, hey, and just like running through and like trying to kill stuff before I kill stuff or help me kill stuff, and I'm like, leave me alone.
Is there PvP?
There's unofficial PvP. Like they've got like Fallout 76 fight clubs.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
Yeah.
Can you like kill people in like the overworld, just like griefing, or just like is it just kind of passive?
You can kill them. There's a bounty that gets placed on your head afterwards.
Okay.
It's 50 caps, and somebody can kill you for those caps and not be damaged for it.
Okay.
But like if you just like, if me and Randy were playing and I walked up and was like kicking his ass, if he didn't attack me back, it knocks, or it like bumps up his strength modifier, so that like it's not an instant kill because you're not interacting with the fight. If you don't want to fight, you don't have to fight.
Yeah.
That's why they started these fight clubs, and they build a house pretty much, and they go, you get in the house, you're fighting.
Yeah, no shirt, no
Nice.
shoes,
Yeah.
no talking about it.
Yeah, no shoes.
Don't talk about
Don't
Fallout
talk.
76 Fight Club.
I mean, we got to talk about it because it's online, but don't talk about it really. I mean,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're doing a lot of weird stuff. I mean, there's like helpful people in this game. So like as new
That's
people,
a really weird concept to
I
me in
know,
like
right?
multiplayer games. Unless you're like support characters on like, I don't know, strategy games or like shooter games. But if there's just kind of an open world game where people are like nice to you, I don't trust them.
right?
I'm like, you're gonna lure me somewhere and take all my shit.
Well, and that's what a lot of people think. And I mean, there's like there's a group on Facebook that's like the Fallout 76 police. Like they go around, and I'm like, you're in a cop uniform, being the police in a video game.
Wow, that's some real role play shit.
Yeah, you have some issues,
yeah,
man.
Thanks, man.
You have a complex or something.
Yikes.
Just play the game.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yep.
That's a whole nother level right there.
I know, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, to each their own. You do what you want to do. I'm going to go over here and try and kill somebody, but I mean...
Yeah.
I guess really, though, that's kind of the ultimate sandbox. Like, people are literally building a community and a world around...
Yeah, it's like Second Life, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess good for the creators.
Hey, yeah,
Maybe that was the goal.
Maybe.
as long as you can get people to stick with it. Just
Yeah.
Then the next thing you know, you got virtual cops
That's right. Virtual cops in your virtual world.
pulling you over for your guns.
Cops. Yep. Yeah. Bring it full circle, Randy.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
One of the probably weirder / cool things I thought, out of respect, there was a military serviceman who died who was a big Fallout 76 fan, and he played every day. He had his own group. Well, they had a funeral for him in the game.
Wow.
Like, they made him a little shrine at somebody's house, because you can only build in certain areas or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, they all dressed up, and they all, like, went and sat down, and, like, somebody got up and spoke in the game.
God.
I was like, okay,
Holy
now
shit.
Wow.
that's cool.
It's cool.
That's new level.
and respect, but, like, that took some planning.
For sure.
That,
yeah.
And I mean, just because it was a military serviceman, I was like, all right, mad respect. I'm not even going to talk trash about that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that was cool. That was weird, but cool.
Those like video, like online kind of communities where you just meet random people. It can get like pretty deep, and like you can actually meet real friends on there.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy. I know a couple people from online that I was just playing COD and Overwatch with. It was just, I don't know. We still talk to this day.
Yeah.
And I don't even play with them anymore.
Well, and I mean, I think that's definitely a part of like the gaming industry that they're trying to do, is they're trying to connect people and get them out.
Yeah.
But stay in. You know, like you're going to get that social interaction by sitting on your couch.
Yeah.
Could be the end of us all.
It could be. It could be.
It probably is.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie WALL-E to me speaks so many levels, because I really feel like that's what we're headed towards. We're all just going to be boneless and sitting in chairs.
God, those 3D models look so fucking funny. I just need to pull up a picture of the. Oh God.
That's Anjali's dream. Never have to leave.
No, yeah.
Hell yeah.
To stay in my house and not ever have to go anywhere, that would be the life for me.
These guys are so silly looking.
Jesus.
You ever seen WALL-E, Randy?
No.
Really?
I know what it is. I know the premise, and I know the story of these characters, but I've never actually seen them.
Yeah, they're just.
We must watch it.
Yeah, you gotta. It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it's really not bad.
Yeah, you turn into these big gelatinous people, and like thumb people essentially.
They're not that big.
They're.
I feel like I've got an uncle that's bigger than that.
That's still a pretty big person.
His head is pretty terrifying.
I wouldn't want to look like that.
His head is terrifying, but I feel like I've seen people with bigger like guts.
Yeah, sure, but these are just every person looks like this. It's not like you know, the majority of people I feel like are still somewhat more in shape. But this is just everybody in the WALL-E world is just huge. They're big old people.
I like their chairs.
I love their chairs. That's the problem, is that I like their chairs too much. I'm going to become one of these, you know, gelatinous WALL-E people.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen to all of us. Robots are going to take over, get a mind of their own, and we're going to be slaves to it.
So which Fallout is your favorite then?
I definitely want to say New Vegas. New Vegas is my absolute favorite.
That's mine too.
Mm-hmm. Hey, wait a second.
I always think it's weird because, you know, it's the only one where you don't start out in a vault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You start out do you start at the shack or something?
Yeah, you start at this old guy's house because you just got shot in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, you're a courier and you're carrying the poker chip that can destroy the world, apparently.
Is that why they didn't give it like a number? They just called it New Vegas because you don't start in a vault?
Because you don't start in a vault.
Got you.
Now, obviously, there's so many rumors that they're going to come out with another one, like a New Vegas 2, and they should. But
if they take the time to do it,
they have to do it right.
If they don't rush it,
you got to be careful. Yeah, when you're repeating what you've already done, you got to be careful.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly, especially with such a good hit. I mean, there was very little negativity about you know, New Vegas in my eyes, anyways. And if they did make a second one, it has to be damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're gonna riot in the streets. I'm gonna fight somebody.
What I really liked about it was, I really liked the area there, like all the world with the desert and Vegas itself, and the characters were pretty good. The characters probably weren't the best in all the Fallouts, but the story was really good, and I really liked the split decision and
You can
all
pick
the
your
different
faction.
paths.
Yeah.
And how you could. There's so many different ways to go, and a lot of games, especially around that time, had the decision tree, but really you either felt good or you felt bad. But in New Vegas, every decision changed everything so dramatically,
Right.
that you were basically could play a different game.
Well, it's kind of. I think that's kind of the same thing with Fallout 4. You had these different factions you could pick, and
Even that was a bit more linear, though.
That's true, because you were really going towards the same goal.
Yeah,
you just get there different ways.
Right.
I joined the Brotherhood of Steel because I'm a bad person.
Because you like power armor.
Yeah,
that's why.
yeah. I like just blowing shit up. So
I think that was one thing I regretted, because in Fallout 4 I've only had one good run through, with all DLC, and finished it start to finish, and I didn't go Brotherhood of Steel because you get to the point where you're powering up Liberty Prime. And that's when you have to make your decision if who you're going to go with.
Yep.
And I think I went with the Railroad, and I was like, that was dumb. Why did I? What did I do?
Yeah, because you can be in the robot, dude. The robot was so cool.
I did the same thing because it's the heartstrings. I gotta help these guys.
Right? The poor robots.
That's exactly how you end up helping an old black lady and you go to fucking jail.
See?
Fuck the railroad. Fuck those.
railroad.
Fuck those old people knocking on your door late at night.
Exactly. Sometimes
it
you
gets
gotta
you
be
nowhere.
You gotta be in the Brotherhood, dude.
It gets you in a bad place. It gets you in jail.
Gets you in jail. Exactly.
Instead, you should just blow shit up.
Just blow shit up.
Yes.
Blow everything up.
Yes. Oh, dude, it was so satisfying. I mean, it was mean, but it was satisfying.
Yeah.
But
So, how often are you guys coming out with new episodes? What's your schedule on that look like?
So we're working on a quick episode that we're gonna try and launch either. Hey, that's me.
do you want to pull up that Facebook or just is there a Fallout Facebook you want me to pull up, or
Yeah, it's hashtag fuck Chad. Let me find it, because I don't even remember the Facebook. It should be under Chad, a Fallout 76 story.
let me see it again. Let's see.
Yeah, Chad, a Fallout 76 story. You got it.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. All right.
I do like it's set in Appalachia.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of that, and I like the overgrownness of it. But it just feels so empty.
It is, and I think one of the reasons why it is empty is it gives it so much more room to grow. Because I mean, they've built this platform that they can do anything they want on now. I mean, they can change it completely. They can wipe out a whole section. Launching nukes in 76 is pretty awesome, because it makes everything harder. So you get more bonuses, you get more experience. It's pretty cool.
It takes teamwork to get to that point, though, right?
Yes. So you do have to get the launch codes. You do have to get a nuclear key card to do it, and then you have to fight 1 million robots to get to launch a nuke. And it's all a big pain in the ass, but it's worth it.
Worth it,
Right. If you're trying to level up, if you're trying to get goodies or caps or whatever you're looking for, launching a nuke's a great way to do it.
Yeah, makes sense.
But with Chad, a Fallout 76 story, we are working on episode 5 and a Labor Day special. They should be, I believe, both out by the end of the month. I know I was recording lines earlier today before I made the wonderful drive to I keep wanting to say Conway. It's Maumelle.
Yeah, we're a little bit further out now.
A little bit further.
A little bit closer to the Rock.
Yeah.
By the time, in that case, probably by the time this comes out, that would probably be out. I
Okay.
would imagine.
Yeah.
So this will probably be, I don't know,
A couple weeks.
yeah, from when we record this to when it comes out. So It'll probably be out by then. Where can people find it? Just real quick.
So absolutely, you can find it on YouTube, Spotify. We recently got on Pandora's new podcast platform. We're on iTunes. I mean, by all means, check us out on Facebook. I believe we're on Twitter. I mean, all major platforms you can search Fuck Chad or Chad of Fallout 76 podcast.
Sweet.
Hmm?
We get the dogs out of here. Just put them outside.
Poor puppy. She's
You guys-
coming to get you.
You're acting up, y'all.
Yeah, you guys are acting a fool.
They've been acting a fool all day.
Wow, today. Yeah, that's pretty rad. So, how long are they?
The first one he came out with was 11 minutes long, and he's slowly grown them as we add more story, as we add more characters. And I mean, we're trying to make it grow. So I think the average is going to be about 45 minutes an episode.
Oh, shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
And I mean, it's all full of content. There's, because I mean, in the Fallout stories, you've got, like sugar bombs. We've got old time commercials that we do. I mean, give you breaks from the actual story.
Cool.
They're very suggestive, and it's hilarious.
And we got merch
Oh,
here
shit,
on the
you guys
Facebook.
got merch and
yeah.
all kinds of shit.
So-
yeah, man.
We were talking about this the other day.
That's cool.
They were really wanting merchandise to purchase, shirts or mugs or whatever. So, Kenneth, who is completely paying for all of this out of his pocket, we have a Patreon page if you'd like to go visit and subscribe to that, check it out. But with the merch, they were under serious request for merch, and he was trying to get them out. We finally got it up the other day. So if you want some merchandise, check it out. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Oh, I'm trying to pull up this Patreon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, pull that up for the people at home.
Kenneth think you was creative.
So who do you play as, like one character?
So right now I am just playing one character. We do auditions for new characters, and it's all just fun and games for us. Whoever wants to do it, and I'm trying to get another character by the name of Graham. Graham is a super mutant vendor, and he's all about meat. So the past week it was Meat Week.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all are familiar, but
Meat Week.
it was Meat Week. So you had to complete this event. It was called Prime Meat, where you had to kill a bunch of animals, and then the reward was Prime Meat. Well, that Prime Meat you give to Graham, and he gives you what's called Chit. Chit is good for, it's like caps at a legendary vendor. So the legendary vendor only has legendary weapons, armors, things of that nature. And it's it was really cool. Me and a couple of the guys got on and played, and we had a good time with it.
Cool, man.
But yeah, definitely, if you like what we're doing, you want us to keep going, please check our Patreon page out, so we can keep it going.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty great.
Yes, sir.
So he, Kenneth, the guy, is he the writer as well?
Yes, he's the writer. He is the brains behind the operation. We are just the talent, and I mean he's obviously Simon. That is his character. That's who he plays, and he's kind of the narrator as well as the storyteller. As you listen to the story, it's all a recap from Simon's perspective.
Okay.
Of how the days in Appalachia started and what he went through, and how Chad has totally fucked him over.
So give us a little story. What's happening so far? What are you guys up to?
Uh-oh.
Okay, so we're in,
Or at least as much as you can say.
Yeah,
without,
don't spoil anything.
no spoilers.
Don't get yourself in trouble. Don't dig a deep tunnel here.
No. So with the release of the summer special, it's really a reuniting of a lot of old friends, because in our story, they made everybody come out of the vault separately. So, everybody had plans to, we're going out together, we're going to meet up, we're all going to, build this life together, and they all just get thrown out individually at different times, confused, and they don't know where they're at. They're trying to figure out how to live outside of the vault, because most of them are, not familiar with the outside world before the bombs dropped. So they're all about to meet up and reconnect and introduce new friends with old friends, and see how everything goes. We've already Simon, one of the main characters, has already met up with Jake, his best friend, who he tried to unite with, and Jake turns him into a cannibal. And then Simon eats his face. So,
Oh my god.
Nice.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
it's kind of a sick payback, but it's pretty fucking
I
cool.
love it. Man.
Classic Fallout style.
That's
yeah,
right.
for sure. Check it out.
There is also so in I believe it's the very first episode, Simon kills Chad. Very first episode,
Wow.
you hear he kills Chad because Chad's being Chad. He's being an asshole, and he comes back to life because it's a video game.
It's
you
a
come
video
back to
game,
life,
yeah.
Right.
So I think the mentality of him trying to figure out how the fuck this keeps happening because he'll die and he'll come back to life, and the mental stress that's gonna take part of that is how he becomes the narrator of this story, and to tell the story, he's like, it's fucked up, guys.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Super
pretty
into
great.
it, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it was, I don't know, pretty recently, like within the past week or so, when I saw the post that you had done with you doing some of the voice work. So I'd watched a little bit of that. I was like, oh, fuck. This is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. So I play a character. My character is Moose Miller. I have more bronze than brains. And it was really weird because I didn't know what to do. I'd never done any voice acting before. And me and Kenneth were talking, and he was just like, so this is your character. You are Moose Miller. Imagine the biggest, strongest, dumb jock you know. And then pair him up with a very clever dumbass. That's you and Chad. You're his best friend. I was like, all right.
You're
so
like the henchman kind of,
Yeah.
like the
So I
the
was
muscle.
really trying to figure out where to go with his voice, and I was like, I can't just, oh yeah, hey, I'm Moose Miller, I was like, I don't sound like a dumb jock, at least I don't think. I don't know. They'll tell me. And
people listening will be the judge of that.
Yeah,
we'll see.
give me a shout out or a comment, whatever you need to do. But I didn't know what to do with it, so I just started like playing with my voice, and I finally come up with, oh hey guys, it's Moose Miller, what's up? And I was like, that works.
That's
and
nice.
And everybody was like, yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I've enjoyed playing his part this whole time.
Nice.
Good, man. Yeah, voice acting always seems like such a bunch of fun. Like, it's, to me personally, I've always seen it as like, I don't know, you just get to be someone else for a minute, and I guess depending on the character, it's like I've always wanted to do it because it seems real fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I'm enjoying it. The one complaint I have with it is we try and link up, because these are people all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met anybody in real person.
Yeah.
But I don't have the opportunity to practice with somebody else. So I'm literally at my computer with my microphone, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, what did they just say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I've got to say this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then like it'll come out in real, and I'm like, wow, that sounds so good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I had no clue how that was going to sound,
It's very interesting how you can take just like snippets of that,
Mm-hmm.
edit them together,
For sure.
and make it flow. Because the conversation's hard enough, but without the context, like if you're just reading and then you read what you're supposed to say, and you don't really know how to react to that, it's a lot harder without that personal feedback.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's definitely a trick, a talent.
It's not easy, and I mean, episode 5, I've got a lot more lines coming up, but for the most part, I've had just one sentence here. I'm a background guy, and it's been okay for me because I haven't had to interact with somebody a whole lot. I say one thing like, hey, whatever, man, like fuck you. But when doing it today, like I was going over my lines, and I've got like paragraph, and I'm like, this is gonna be hard. And interaction with somebody like back and forth, and I'm like, I've got to like say what the next person is gonna say in either my head or physically, and then act out my part.
Yeah. And what if they say it differently than what you have it pictured them saying it?
Right, and that's what I worry about, which I always, Kenneth's real good about, like, hey, this part right here, throw it in a different context. That's not the way the story's going. He's real lenient with us, but at the same time, he's also like, I got to throw all this shit together.
Yeah, that's a big responsibility.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing a kick-ass job, and we're trying to help him, but the distance barriers limit that,
Right.
And him being the writer and the creator of this, he's kind of picky. And that's a good thing.
Yeah, well, I think you should be.
Yeah.
If you want it to be your vision, you got to tell people what you want.
Exactly. And he's really good about letting us do our own thing when it comes to our character. And if we want to throw out new ideas or something we want our character to do, he's all about, like, tell me what you want it to do and I'll incorporate it somewhere down the line. But for the most part, he's like, all right, we're going this direction with it. I need scripts in at this time, and I don't know. It's been awesome so far, and it's only been a couple months, so we're growing. We're hopefully gonna break the internet.
Yeah, you guys should.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, the little bit that I've seen so far, definitely.
Yeah,
I gotta dig into some more. I gotta watch. I'm gonna watch it from the beginning, maybe later tonight if I can.
Yeah,
check it out.
Especially since there's only 4 episodes now, I can just binge it tonight.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Start out
easy.
That way y'all can get pumped for the Labor Day special as well as episode 5. I really hope y'all enjoy it because I've enjoyed it, and like-minded people who at least know the Fallout content.
Yeah,
you can connect with it. You're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about there.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's a good thing with like what you guys have going, because Fallout it's got such a following for one that you're really going to connect with those people that enjoy it. But at the same time, since it's also original content, you could even bring new people into that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of benefits, a lot of things that could work out in your favor with that.
Well, and one of the things that we've talked about before with just the 76 world, because it's constantly changing, we get to change stuff in our podcast.
Oh, that's true.
With the new updates coming in November, and I think there's a new update coming at the end of this month. We're trying to, I guess, keep it going with those updates. So as something big happens in the world, or a new event like Meat Week, we've got a special on Meat Week, and keep it, up to date with what's going on in 76 as well as throughout our story we've created.
Yeah, that's pretty great. So you guys have plans to keep it going? You said do different seasons.
Yeah, so far I think he's got the base storylines for season 2 already, and obviously he's got to throw in some more content, but he's only releasing one script to us at a time.
Yeah.
Until he can get it all cut, because
no leaks.
Keep
that shit tight.
No spoilers. And we're real excited, and when we come out with like the character I was telling you I was still trying out for, the actual voice actor in the video game is actually following our podcast.
Oh shit.
And he reached out to him and was asking, hey, we're trying to get somebody to mimic your character in our show. Will you be the judge?
Ooh,
nice.
So he's waiting on a response to see if he'll actually judge it and see who is a good person to be him.
That's cool.
Nice.
I thought that was really neat. I want to say when we first started, we had to get permission from Bethesda to use the logos and stuff, and they actually approved it.
I was gonna ask that. Yeah, if you had to get any green light from them, since it's their world essentially.
Well, and I don't know the legality behind it, but we did ask permission. We did get permission. As long as we brand it different from, we're not branding Fallout 76.
Right, right.
We're a Fallout 76 story, But yeah, they gave us the green light. I don't think we have any legal issues to worry about.
That's fantastic.
Sweet.
And that's cool of them, to let that happen. And I would imagine with the world of Fallout 76 being what it is, and their idea of it, I would imagine that fits right into kind of what they want. You're there to make your own story.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that it started. I would think so empty was just make your own
story and rebuild the way you want to.
Right.
Because I mean, one of the things in the game is you get to build your own camp, and you've got a limited amount of space, and you can only build one camp at a time, so you can constantly move your camp. I mean, there's people who are setting up vendor shops in their camp, and I mean, there's people who are giving free stuff away just to help people out. I mean, and like we talked about earlier, there's a police department, so I don't know. There's a lot of good groups, and there's a lot of good people that I've actually met just in the game, just playing.
Yeah.
I mean, I really enjoy playing. I really do. And I just hope to kind of get the word out about, our podcast and see if we can't make it grow and make it into something even better.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. So how did you link up with these guys to begin with? Did you play with them, or you just happened to just follow that group?
Well, there like I was saying, there's a Fallout 76 community on Facebook, and he just did an open cast call on it. But I've never actually got to play with Kenny. I've played with a couple of the other guys. So Kenny's PC. There's no cross-platform.
Oh.
He is quote unquote the master race.
Oh, yeah. PC master.
I have a keyboard.
I have a keyboard to mouse.
I can type things.
Who's 60 FPS? Well, shut up, losers.
Everybody knows me. I'm an Xbox fan. I've always been an Xbox fan. But yeah, they're all, a lot of them are PC players, and until they come up with cross-platform, we're
Nerds.
never going to get to play.
Nerds.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Because I don't see him getting an Xbox, and I'm sure as hell ain't getting a PC that can run Fallout.
Isn't there some game they're talking about doing cross-platform?
Fortnite does cross-platform.
Does it really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know there was already.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's
Too
some
bad
other ones.
Fortnite's so terrible.
I agree.
That's fair.
There's a couple games out there that are cross-platform right now, and I want to say it all comes down to the branding.
Yeah.
And like bigger companies like Bethesda want it, because that was one thing with 76 when they were coming out with it. They said we want to do cross-platform. Sony was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah,
We're not doing
I
that.
imagine any software developer
Yeah.
is like, "Give me that."
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I would imagine so.
I guess I don't see the downfall into cross-platform. Your favorite gamer can now connect with the PC player,
Right, and it's like, I don't know if there's really a downfall for the companies either that I could think of, because you got more people that can play your game, and there's more people that can connect with other people on other platforms.
Right.
I don't know.
But
I don't know much about all that.
for a hardware manufacturer, it is less money. Because
Why is that?
Well, because if Clint's got it on Xbox and I own a PlayStation, and we want to play together, either he has to buy a PlayStation or I have to buy an Xbox
I see
and a
what you're
copy of the
saying.
game to play.
I see what you mean. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
So,
Yeah.
got to sell units, man.
That's
Move
the
them
business.
units.
That is the name of the game.
That's
Yeah.
the business, baby.
Back to the American dream.
Back to the
Yep.
American dream.
Mhm.
Make money or die trying.
That's it. That's it.
So besides like Fallout and all that, what other kind of stuff are you into? Like music wise or
Well, I mean,
movie, TV?
I'm definitely a binge watcher of Netflix.
Uh-huh.
That happens on a nightly basis.
Yeah.
What's your latest? What are you really into right now?
Right now, just because all my shows are ending, I was diehard Game of Thrones fan.
Yes.
Season 8 broke my heart.
That's fair.
I feel like that's
I
a
didn't
lot of
think-
people's story with that.
I didn't think it was as bad as everybody says it was.
And I agree with you. It wasn't.
But
and
it was there were some pretty bad parts
Yeah.
of it.
With my take on Game of Thrones, it ended the way it needed to end. I'm not mad about the ending,
I
so
don't
to
know about
speak.
that.
Well, didn't it go off the rails? Wasn't there?
So
didn't they like run out
okay,
of story?
so the whole problem about that, right, is that it was supposed to go 10 seasons. HBO wanted they bought it, they wanted it for 10 seasons, but the two writers left so they could go write Star Wars? Yeah, they wanted to write the new Star Wars movie. So they left Game of Thrones at season 8, rushed the whole ending of the story, and there was a lot of plot holes. There was a lot of shit that really didn't make much sense.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not going to get into it because I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Well, isn't
fair
like
enough.
the whole show is based off the books, right?
Yes.
But they ran out of books.
No.
Well, they went past the books.
They went
That's what I
past-
mean.
Because
Yeah.
he's still writing the rest of the books.
Yep.
And hopefully he makes it better.
Well, and
Last
that's
part of it.
I think he has the opportunity to go, wow, that did not go well.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
change that shit.
for sure. But
I feel like that's, what would happen when you're basing a television show or
Yeah.
anything cinematic off of a book, and then you run out of book, and you're like, let's
true,
wing it.
True. But
Fuck it, let's do it live.
Yeah. Man, I wish they just would have taken the time and finished it in 10 seasons like they were supposed to. But
Yeah.
they didn't. But that's okay.
You will have that.
Whatever.
Have you checked out Jesus fucking Christ? What's that show called? that
I've
we-
never
that we
heard of that
watched?
show.
Which one? Dark?
Dark. Have you watched Dark?
I have not watched Dark. I haven't even heard of Dark. Tell me
Okay.
about Dark.
So, Dark is on Netflix,
Okay.
and Dark was given to us by a friend, and you should definitely check it the fuck out because it's fucking crazy.
What's it about?
It's okay. Let me start off by saying this: it's a German show. So it's written and done in German, and then dubbed to
Oh,
English. So
okay.
Oh, wow.
voices don't, or mouths don't always match voices.
Okay, cool.
But-
I'm down.
It
Turn
wasn't.
your subtitles on, you'll be fine.
It wasn't too big a problem
Gotcha.
for me, because it's actually a pretty good dub, anyway. But so the story revolves around basically time travel and this town in Germany, and these people in this town, and everything's revolving, and everything happens, and because of based off stuff that happens, of course, in the past, but it's from people that are from the future and
Mhm.
vice versa, and it's super confusing.
They're basically stuck in a time warp.
It
and
is,
so everything repeats itself, and it's the same people. And so, like, the mothers are also the daughters. And
Oh, that's creepy.
That freaks
Yeah.
me out.
it gets fucking wild. It's a show that you really have to be ready to pay attention to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But if you do, it's fucking rewarding.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
There's a
until
couple-
you get to that one point, and you're
So-
like,
So the latest, they just came out with the second season, like a little, like earlier this summer, and if that thing won't stay, you can tighten up like some of the joints there, and it'll hold it better. Whatever you need to do with it, it's kind of a pain in the ass.
There it goes. It's
I
the
need-
one that was loose.
That one too, if you tighten that up when you turn it, like turn it where you want it, and then tighten that up, and it should hold it.
Technical
Maybe.
difficulty.
These things,
We're still learning.
these things are great, but they're also sometimes a pain.
Yeah.
there you go.
All right, we got it.
So,
We good.
and the end of the second season, like everything has been so great up to that, and then that last part, they start tying some of the shit together, and you start finding out some shit that you
Yeah.
like starts blowing your fucking mind, and then you're like, wait a minute, this is fucking stupid. But it's really good, and you should
Yeah.
definitely check it
Yeah.
out. It's well worth it, I think. It's probably, besides the really, really fucking stupid show, I Think You Should Leave, it's my favorite show on Netflix.
Okay.
I think you should leave.
I love that's
Yeah.
my favorite
I
on
think it's-
Netflix
I think
because that
it's-
show's
he loves that
fucking
show.
I
stupid.
think exactly.
It's fucking
exactly.
stupid.
It's great though. It's like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a sketch comedy kind of thing.
Yeah, have you
It's
seen
just-
it?
Uh-uh.
Oh, dude,
my
you gotta
God.
check it out. It's just so stupid.
It's fucking
funny.
stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Just
funny.
stupid, but it is sketch. Like there's like a couple skits per episode.
Yeah.
and it's just stupid shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Just think
It's-
of the most ridiculous, awkward shit,
Mhm.
and that's it.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. I live that every day. No. Have y'all seen the show Altered Carbon?
I haven't even heard of it.
It's
I
on
have
Netflix.
heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
It's really good for a futuristic kind of sci-fi show. It's really good. There's only one season so far that I know of, and just the storyline of it was insane. So, the main thing about the world in Altered Carbon is you get re-sleeved. So like they put this disc in your back, it's in your spine, and that's your memory card.
Whoa.
And then you could go into anybody's body to be re-sleeved, so you have a different body.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay.
It's cool, and it's they bring this one guy who's like the ultimate badass fighter guy back to solve a murder mystery kind of thing, and he digs into like everything and tears down an empire. It's really cool. I don't want to spoil it for you, but like that's the gist of it.
That's a great show if you hate all your cast, because then you just recast them as the same character.
Like,
Smart.
fuck you.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? You threw a tantrum on set. You're gone.
Yeah, fuck you. You're not getting a
we're-
raise.
Yeah, we're putting your memory card in someone else.
We'll actually pay somebody less to do your part.
Yeah, exactly, and they'll do it.
Okay, so are y'all Black Mirror fans? Have y'all watched Black Mirror?
I like what I've seen.
Some, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I loved Black Mirror's the first, I think it was 4 or 5 seasons. The new 3 they came out with are junk. They're crap.
Really?
They're
Really?
terrible.
I haven't seen any of the new stuff.
It's bad. They came out with the Bandersnatch. It's more of a interactive movie.
I heard
I
about
thought that was
that.
cool.
I heard about that.
was interesting. It was interesting.
It's a mind fuck, but
Mhm.
like it was cool. And then like obviously the original series, but they came out with 3 episodes, I guess, to test the waters with their new producer.
Is that the one with
production
Miley
company.
Cyrus?
Yes,
I've
Got
seen
you.
them. They've been trying to get me to watch it, but
and it's fucking terrible. It's not.
Really?
It's not in Black Mirror form.
Damn.
And it ruined it for me, and I was like,
That's a shame.
Yeah,
because
it
like
was-
they
it's
have some
just-
really cool concepts, and like the episodes are kind of freaky and weird, and I'm way
That's-
into it. But
that was their thing, you know. And
Yeah.
I mean, I was so pumped. I was like, oh, they came out with new Black Mirror stuff.
Mhm.
Like, oh, what do we got here, you know? And it was awful. They
Damn.
should have left it alone.
that's sad.
That is sad.
Are they still? They're still technology driven.
Yes. Yeah, they're still, advanced technology as far as what they're doing in the shows, and robots and all
Mhm.
that fun stuff. But as far as the stories that they're bringing together are awful.
Really?
They're just bad.
Shit.
And that was one thing I loved the most about the Black Mirror story was the stories. I mean,
Mhm.
the technology was cool, but it was like they have this sick, twisted man, creating this shit, and now it's like, well, they fluffed that up a little bit,
Mhm.
so it's bad. I didn't like the new stuff.
Do you guys have Hulu?
I don't have a Hulu anymore, so we have
Mm.
HBO, Netflix, and YouTube TV.
What's
If
YouTube TV?
you don't know YouTube TV?
You
It's
gotta
like a
subscribe.
yeah,
or
it's like
something.
a-
it's like
it's-
a paid.
it's like a
YouTube.
live TV kind of thing that
Yeah.
YouTube
Mhm.
goes through YouTube. And
What do you get? Like just regular TV channels?
Yep,
out of
Yep.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can watch like live TV, or I can pull up like shows that they play on certain channels, whatever they want to
Yep.
release that week or
Yep.
whatever.
Weird.
That's how we watch Big Bang.
Okay.
Love me some Big Bang.
I never really watched Big Bang before.
I didn't either. My wife got me into it,
Mhm.
and now I was like, okay, Big Bang's a good show.
Mm-hmm. There's a show on Hulu if you do get it. It's called The Act, and
Oh, I saw that.
yeah, it's
highly so. It's based off the story of Gypsy Rose, and
Blanchard, I
she's
think.
and basically her mom convinces her that she has all these illnesses, and it leaves her crippled in a wheelchair, but she's
Mhm.
not actually crippled in a wheelchair. And
Oh,
this is
wow.
actually based off a real
No,
story of
it's-
this girl in Missouri,
Mhm.
and she's still currently in jail.
Yep.
But the thing about The Act, particularly that show, it's actually the family has told them not to release it.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's not
it's
based in
dramatic.
accuracy.
Yeah,
it's dramatized.
It's dramatized for sure.
And it's dramatized in a way that they don't like. Like, it's
Right.
not like it's just dramatized and like, oh, that's going to get my name out and maybe, like, help my case. It's, like, it's dramatized in a way that very, like...
Portrays them as they don't want to be portrayed.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, and the
right.
people, and even the people that they don't like, it just portrays a bunch
Mhm.
of them. So there is another show that they're currently working on, and I don't know that it'll be released on Hulu, but but there is another show that they are currently working on, and it is going to be based a lot more in fact.
Well, they did
Um,
they did a documentary on it that was much like I watched the documentary first, and
Yeah.
then the show, because the documentary has a lot more fact and it has a lot more actual accounts from the people Like, it has more accounts from Gypsy and her, like, actual family.
Yeah, because they were very pissed. Because,
Yeah.
like, even Gypsy's one friend, I don't even remember her name, but they basically made her look like white trash. And they're just like, that's not really how she is.
Yeah.
Like, you guys made her seem like she just ran off and got pregnant one day. And, like, that's not really how the story goes. And, I mean, it's interesting if you're looking at it from a dramatic standpoint. But it's, I mean, if you're somebody who wants something based in fact, it's
so
not.
yeah, the act is more like a dramatized version. This documentary that I watched called
I've seen that.
Mommy, Dad, and Dearest. It's much more. Yeah, they actually interview Gypsy. They actually interview Gypsy's like her. I think they interview her dad and her stepmom. And because it's much more based
it's an
in fact.
interesting story. Like the
Yes.
actual story is very interesting because it talks about what's it called,
Munchausen by proxy.
Yes, yeah.
What?
It's
So it's basically a disorder in which don't you project illnesses onto other
so
people?
I remember this
you make
story.
it you make
Yeah.
you make somebody close to you seem like they're ill for the attention of others, financial gain from others.
Yeah.
Also, that you make them dependent upon you.
correct. Yeah,
yeah.
because you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about this story
Mhm.
a little while back at the tattoo studio.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the act is a good show, but it's not entirely.
It's not a factual
Yeah,
show.
it's not entirely true.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, definitely.
But it is interesting if you like to watch shows about sad families.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true.
Yeah,
if you like sad families,
Anything that makes my life look better, yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
yeah, for sure.
It's a good rule, good general rule.
Game of Thrones.
That's
Game
right.
of Thrones does that.
Yeah, it makes you feel better.
You
about
guys
your
need to
life.
watch that for real. It's so good.
Y'all haven't watched it, like any of it?
No.
I've watched about the first 10 minutes of the first episode.
Oh, that's
It's so good.
Yeah,
I've not.
you got to get into it.
Mhm.
trying not to fall asleep.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah, it's really boring when we set up characters. Duh, Randy.
I don't know. Dragons and sister fucking just doesn't really.
I
interest
know,
me
man.
that much.
Listen.
Sorry.
Listen.
I'm sorry.
I thought the exact same thing.
You
I
seem
was
like you're really about to get on board right now, and I'm about to
Listen, I'm telling
clock you on that.
you. Do it. Hit me.
Get
Hit
it.
me. My mom's gonna get mad at you. It's good.
That's what everybody says.
Uh,
I've had several people try to get me into it.
Maybe
I just haven't.
some
taken the
people
time.
are right.
And like for so long, you could only watch it on HBO. I'm not gonna buy
You can
HBO
still only
just to
watch it on HBO.
See?
Yeah,
That's a whole
Yeah.
nother thing.
that's true.
Now it's a whole nother thing.
Mm.
Mm.
Another show that was on HBO. Did you ever watch Vice Principals? It has Danny McBride in it, and
I do like Danny McBride.
dude, that show is so fucking funny.
I think I have watched that one.
I like it a lot. It was really funny.
I don't think I've seen it, but I do like Danny McBride.
Yeah, he plays it perfectly. Of course, he plays his like Danny McBride role. He kind of plays like a Eastbound and Down
Oh.
type.
East
Guy.
Bound and Down is great.
I
He's a
love that
real
show.
good shithead.
He really is. I
Right?
Oh my god, he's the best shithead. No, but I did like Eastbound and Down too.
East Bound and Down was funny.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is a great one as well. I haven't even seen all of that. I've seen up to
You know,
I can't remember, but Several
after
seasons.
like the first or second season, it gets like okay. Like it's
Yeah.
not as good as it was, but it's not bad.
there's several of those shows that like are really start out real strong, real great,
Mm-hmm.
and then it seems like, and I don't think this is always the case, but it always seems like the writers were not expecting it to get, or somebody wasn't expecting
Mhm.
it to get as big as it did, and then the writers are like, well, fuck,
Yeah.
Where do we go from here?
Yeah.
I guess let's just phone this in.
Yeah. Right.
Anything will work, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have a following now. Fuck it.
Yeah. That's kind of what happened, but I mean, it was still good.
I mean, it's a good premise.
Yes, for
It's a
sure.
funny premise.
It is a very funny premise.
There's a lot of places you could go with that.
Yeah. And they did.
And they did.
sure fucking did. I'm trying to think of anything else I've been watching recently.
Have you ever watched Boardwalk Empire?
No.
Mm-mm.
No?
Uh-uh.
Oh, man. See,
It's good.
it
Is
is.
that the one with Steve Buscemi?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's based in the 20s. It's actually so we had a 20s themed wedding, and that's we got the idea because we were obsessed with this show at that time when we got engaged, and we were like, well let's do a 20s theme, you know, Prohibition, and we'll have a speakeasy, and it was great. But the show is really good. It's worth watching. After season 2, you're gonna get pissed, but keep watching.
Okay,
That's a hefty plug there.
Yeah, I know. I've got a friend.
You're gonna hate this, but keep watching. Don't give up.
I've got a like one of my really good friends. He's actually my gym partner in the morning. He will not watch the rest of it because of what happened, and I'm like, you have to finish it. You don't understand what's going on, and he was just like, nope, I'm done. I'm done. Absolutely, can't do it.
Yeah,
I'm wearing him down though. He's getting closer. He didn't tell me to get fucked the other day, so.
Aww.
that's kind of so. At the end of season 2 of Dark, it's kind of how I feel.
Yeah.
Really?
But the first bit,
I'm
was,
over it.
the first everything up
I'm
to
over
like the
it.
last episode, it's just so good.
You know if they're coming out with more?
I think so.
Probably.
Are you gonna give it a try?
No.
Yes.
We'll probably watch all of it, but I'll
For
be like
sure.
sitting there like.
For sure, I'll watch all of it, and I'm gonna be like, "Fuck that last episode of the second season."
Because it started to get ridiculous just during the second season. In general, it was just getting. I was like, "This is." To
Well,
the point
okay,
where
so-
the thing is, there's so many characters and there's so many storylines happening at once. Because you know how like people can do different stories, and like, but there's literally like 8 storylines at once,
But that-
per
wow.
episode.
That's the idea. I mean, it's time travel, so it's confusing as fuck anyway.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
But then they have so much going on that you don't really see everything, even though you've seen everything. So they start like bringing it all together, and there's some parts that you still don't see, and it's
like there's 8 characters. But
there's
actually
so
16.
many moving parts. You don't really see the full picture
Right.
at any point. So they're just like if you're a dog and they're just breaking off pieces of pepperoni to give to you. And you're like, just give me the whole fucking pepperoni.
Just hurry the fuck up.
Yeah,
What is wrong with you?
that's kind of what it's like. And then once you do get the whole pepperoni, you're like, well, this is fucking weird.
This is not what I wanted.
It's a strange. It's very strange, but very, very entertaining. Very worth watching if you've got time.
Fair
And
enough.
You feel like
There we go.
and you like the weird sci-fi time travel stories.
They're probably some of my favorites. There is a show on Netflix called The Magicians.
Magicians?
The Magicians. It's sci-fi, creepy about magicians and magic, and it's pretty good. It's super nerdy, but I like it. I enjoy it. I think they just wrapped up season 4, and it's supposed to hit Netflix in December. So it's worth watching if you have hours to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if I've ever even seen that one come up. That must be a
You got to be a part of the Super Nerd Club.
maybe.
Yeah. See, yeah.
Maybe.
We're
They're
missing our
actually-
membership.
they're even
Yeah.
I
pushing that one
applied,
far.
but it just never came in.
I'm VP. I'll get you in. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Oh. So, I have questions.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, because we haven't talked in so long,
God.
what else are you going to get tattooed?
Ooh.
I still have a few spots left.
Very
Yeah.
few, but I know you have a few.
It's because they're covered by pants. Like,
Well, I mean,
I've still got like one part of my outer leg. I've still got my inner thighs, my butt cheeks.
Ooh.
Really though, I just don't have as much time to get tattooed anymore.
yeah, because you're either tattooing or working
Yeah.
or
I'm either
entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm either doing this, or I'm tattooing, or I'm overseas, or I'm trying to catch up with yard work and shit around here, or I still need to finish building my motorcycle.
Yeah, that's true.
It's nonstop. I
Yeah.
have such a laundry list.
What
I'll
would you
probably
Go ahead.
I'll probably save like the few spots I have left, and get like some, maybe some like, I don't know, some big names, some heroes tattooed.
There you go.
Give me some from them, just whatever they'll do on. What the only thing that sucks is I have these shitty spots left. They're
Yeah.
hard to get to, not fun to tattoo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So trying to talk someone who can tattoo whatever the fuck they want on whoever the fuck they want to do a shitty spot on me.
Be like,
be a
hey,
little
man,
difficult.
I know you're going to have to stare at my ass for the next 3 hours, but
Yeah.
Come
What
on.
are you gonna get on the butt, man?
I don't know. I mean, whatever someone would put there, I guess. Depends on who's there and what they feel like tattooing, really. Most of my stuff has been, like, really vague ideas, like, this might be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then just after that, like, what'll fit in this weird spot? So,
Yeah.
that's
Alright.
really... And really now it's just kind of opportunistic. I'm going to have to be at the right place at the right time to get something to happen.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So,
See, and that's always me. It's like when I do have free time, it's like I have the next 2 hours free.
yeah.
What can I do?
Yeah.
And there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing I can
No.
do. Guess what I can do? I can go home and watch TV.
Yeah. Relax while you can.
Mhm.
Relax.
Until the next thing comes up and you got to do something else.
Yeah. It's always a problem to, for one, get free time and make plans, or make plans and stick to them.
Yeah. Making plans is the hard part. I can usually stick to them if I can plan them out and make them. But that's the hard part. I'm hoping that something eventually happens with this and I can pay someone to schedule for this show, because I've learned that I fucking hate scheduling.
Yeah.
Trying to schedule shit is
Mhm.
terrible. I hate
Uh-huh.
it. That is a talent that some people have, and I'm not one of them.
Mm. Yeah, I have it easy. I just get a notification on my phone. I'm like, oh, okay.
Last minute
Yeah.
too.
Yep. Yes.
They usually are last minute because I'm
Yes.
terrible. I'm a
Yeah.
terrible
I'm
person.
like, oh shit, okay, I gotta go
Very
at like
terrible
12
person.
today. Bye, everybody.
Which I don't think it would work as much for you, because you have different people on all the time. But
Mhm.
there's an app called Schedule.
Mm-hmm.
If you had more of a consistent clientele base,
Mhm.
I
Well,
guess.
we just use the
Calendar
It's
app.
Yeah, the
Apple
calendar app.
Oh, okay. I got you.
And it's
And
nice
once
because
we-
I can put them both into there.
But the hard
Mhm.
part is the reaching out and like, hey, let's do this show, and they're
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. And then you're like, okay, well, now let's figure out a time. Okay, well, I'm only gonna be home for these dates.
Mm-hmm.
These are the days we can do it. And then I gotta hold on. Let me make sure that Felix is free. Let me make sure she doesn't have anything going on. Let me make sure that you're still okay. Let me make sure I don't have anything going on.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck
Yeesh.
this.
Well,
Yeah.
I
That's
hope
a
I
job I
made
don't
it
want.
easy. You were like, "What are you doing tomorrow at 3?" I'm like, "Nothing." You're
Yeah,
like,
you
"Come
did.
over." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I can do that."
You did.
Sounds
And we
easy.
had our friend Ebony on, and she made it really easy too. 'Cause she just last minute was like, I like texted her, and she was literally at a bar and getting wasted. And she was
Hell
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, sure, yeah, I could be there tomorrow. I was like, all right, awesome, thanks.
Some
for-
people are
you know."
easier than others, but that's why
Yeah.
it always ends up being last minute, because I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot to tell you this time tomorrow,
Yeah.
and then they're like, oh
And
fuck.
it's like we have to fit so many people in because we have to get everything scheduled and make sure that there's enough going on.
That's
you know.
So with me leaving, the way we have to record now is like pretty limited. Like we got to get so much in to
Mhm.
make sure we got something to release. So it just makes it such a pain. in the ass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a job I want to give to someone else at some point.
Yeah. The distributing of the content has to be even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need a podcast manager. I'm gonna hire a podcast manager. You make sure that these people are here on this time. You make sure that this is going out.
I'm just
And
really glad that you're thinking about this and you're not trying to give this to me. Because normally he's like, hey, do you think maybe you could take this job? And at this point,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't take literally any more jobs. I have way too much going on.
I do a lot of. I don't want to do this. Can you do this?
Yeah. And I just, I'm,
But I'm so busy.
my life is, I'm done. I can't do any more jobs.
So what do you have long-term plans for the show? I mean, where do you want to see it go as far as where you're at now compared to, say, 5 years?
A warehouse.
You want to see
Hollywood,
it in a
baby.
warehouse.
We don't
Oh,
wanna do this
man,
here anymore.
I got big plans. got
You've
real
always
big
had big
plans.
plans.
I know. I'm a big planner.
I know, but see, I'm the girl that's going to make it happen.
I'm a big
There you
dreamer.
go.
I'm a big dreamer, not a planner, really.
Yeah.
I got
Which
big
is exactly why
dreams.
he needs me.
It's right.
It is.
Yeah.
I
You,
need.
you come up with the idea, and she's going to make it happen.
I need my
Yeah.
own manager for sure. I need a podcast manager, and I need a personal manager, and I need someone to.
Dog?
She's
Yeah.
the one that kind of reins me in sometimes, which is sometimes what I need.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't that sweet?
kind of an instigator.
Yeah.
But I wanna eventually get like I had my eye on a couple big warehouse spaces, and I'd like to get one of those and then fill all these hobbies that I've got going on in that warehouse, so that they're first of
Not
all
living in our house.
one place, and also not in our home. Although if you take all my hobbies out of this home, it's just going to be a big empty building. We're just going to have empty rooms everywhere.
But think about all the beautiful. Think about your kids. All right, you got 3 kids. They can each have their own bedroom now.
Man, fuck those dogs. Fuck those dogs.
They can each have their own room.
Little shits.
Which would be nice.
They do not need their own room.
They do not need to be sleeping in my living room.
Why not?
They need.
They're stinky and smelly.
So you're just gonna make one specific room stinky and smelly?
They're gonna make 3. Yeah, they're gonna turn one stinky, smelly
one.
room into 3 stinky.
Yeah,
smelly rooms.
it's much easier to clean one stinky smelly than 3 stinky
Terrible
smellies.
idea. She's not an idea one.
Well,
Stop.
listen,
I'm the idea guy.
You have the dreams. She just
I'm
keeps them in check.
creative.
Yeah.
I have my own creative ideas.
Yeah.
Like 3 stinky smelly rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down.
No, but that's the end goal eventually. And I've got my eyes on a couple places, but I'm just not ready to pull the trigger on that. That's a big leap.
Yeah.
I would say no.
It's a big old leap.
Give it some time.
He wants to buy a helicopter, and I say no.
I do want that.
Dude, we could do a
That would be
podcast
cool.
and a helicopter.
No,
Yeah.
not
I
yet.
would really like that.
Not
Well,
yet.
let's sell a couple more mugs first.
Yeah.
We'll get the helicopter in a year's time.
I guess while you're on the rig, I mean, do you not have the opportunity to do any type of podcasting while you're there?
Not really.
I mean,
My
considering
internet's-
he needs his partner now.
my
Oh,
internet's too
no.
slow.
We could do like a Skype podcast with Randy.
My internet wouldn't
If
keep
we
up.
could do
Oh,
that, then
man.
I totally would have more guests, like in my own
yeah,
personal
yeah,
world.
for sure.
Yeah, because I know people, they just don't. They're not
Mm.
local.
My
ever.
internet wouldn't keep up with that. But really, so the only reason that I don't want to do stuff like that is because like this personal situation.
You
we
get
have,
a better
Yeah,
personal
for sure.
interaction
This is
this
some
way.
real, this is some real interaction. We're engaged. We're talking.
Yeah.
We're locked in with these. We're in each other. We're looking at each other. We're feeding off
in
each other.
We're feeling each other.
We're touching each other. We're rubbing each other.
Wait, what?
I'm not a part of this.
Randy, what the fuck?
It's $5 a minute in my brain.
But it's more of a real interaction when the person's in front of you.
Yeah.
Because
No, I'm with you.
I've done podcasts over Skype,
Mhm.
and they're fun, they're enjoyable, but there's been a lot of times where I've just sat there and just like while the other person was talking or while something else was going on during the podcast, and I'm just kind of in my own world and like, okay, well, when's my turn coming up next? And
Right.
It just
Mhm.
you lose
You lose the
a lot.
interaction.
Yeah,
The
it's not
personability of it.
it's not as engaging, you
Mhm.
know, and that's the part that I like.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm with you.
For sure.
really,
Yeah.
that's one of the whole reasons like this whole thing started because, the older I noticed the older I got, the more I didn't want to deal with people.
Yeah.
But getting into a lot of the things that I'm into, I need to engage people. I need to
Mhm.
be able to talk to people. Whereas before when I would talk to people, I'd just be like, oh, what the fuck has this guy got to say? And then I would go off in my own world again while he's saying stuff or, whoever I'm talking to. And then by the end of the time they're done, I'm like, well, I got nothing from that. But okay, see you later. And,
Peace
Oh,
out.
man.
so this kind of helps me work
That
on
is
that.
true.
Yeah.
Work on your people issues.
Work on my people skills, my people
People
issues. Teaches me to talk to people.
Oh man.
And I'm sure even if you go back and watch some of our older episodes, like with the way I'm engaging people is probably different than even I'm doing it now. And we're only
I know from dating you just have a really hard time with people and like being a very personable personality, which with what you do have to be a bit of a personality, and you're very sucky at it.
I am. I'm very
When I
terrible
first
at
met
it.
you.
It's very true. It's very true. I've got my own
I
agenda.
love him, but he was very sucky at it. He just, if people didn't have anything interesting to say, he was like, I'm going to let you talk, but I'm going to think about this right here. And then once you're done talking, then it's done. And I'm going to say, well, man, that's cool. And then you're going to walk away.
Okay, that's great. But
Yeah.
now back to my agenda.
That's literally his script. Like, he's
yeah.
just, and that's how he is. and that's
It's
how
alright.
you.
I still do that. Some,
Yeah,
but,
but now
I'm
you
getting
know.
better.
But
I'm getting
now that
better.
he's getting better at being a personality, he knows how to fake it better, which
Yeah.
is the key.
Yeah.
Because you
Fake it
think
till
I
you
know
make
how to
it.
listen to everybody that talks to me. I'm like, no, I'm not listening to half the shit you're saying, but I know how
nod
to
and
make it
smile.
seem like
Nod
I'm
and
listening to
smile.
you.
And
Yeah.
and that is a trait I didn't have, and I think Randy can vouch for this. I used to be very self-conscious. I used to be very in my own little element, and being in car sales now has ripped me out of that
gosh,
because
it has to.
You have to.
you cannot survive in that industry and be self-conscious and be in that oh, I have to go talk to somebody.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
it's I want some fucking money. I got to go sell that car.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hey, get
If
over
I-
here, buy this car.
Yeah, if I want to eat, I got to talk to this guy.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, I've made my living off of building a personality,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I mean it's crazy, but I mean
It's a skill, and I think I love social media for the reach that it allows you to have, but unfortunately a lot of us forgot how to have a personality
Yeah.
and how to use our personalities to our advantages.
Not even only that,
and-
but just how to interact with people
Yeah.
in the
Mhm.
real world.
For sure.
yeah,
And
exactly.
it really is a skill you have to practice.
Mhm.
Well,
And getting back to what I was originally talking about, if you bring the Skype aspect into it, it just
Mhm.
takes that back out.
Right.
yeah,
And
right.
no, I'm
The whole
with you.
thing is,
Yeah.
lost in that. So
Mm.
that's why I like this real. And I mean, I hope to eventually get this big enough to where, like right now, it's a lot of friends, a lot of people that I know, just a lot of local people, which is great. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. I want to definitely keep that going, but I definitely hope to branch out as well.
Yeah.
As we start to grow and get bigger,
Definitely.
bring some new people in here, some bigger
Mhm.
people, some smaller people, some everybody.
Also be
Indeed.
nice for this to be a springboard for both of our own personal aspirations to take off, because he has his tattooing and I have all of my modeling and stuff, and I think by using this platform and just being a cohesive,
Mm-hmm.
and then people being like, oh yeah, this guy's really cool, and like they're really, because people like people that they can relate to,
Exactly.
and like with him being overseas all the time, he's just a tattoo artist. He's not really like a friend or anything. No offense. But it's just like this makes him a little bit more of like a friend and like somebody people can relate to. Like, and that's nice.
I'm just a friend.
Yeah, he's just my friend, and I feel like it makes us more people, because people don't know we're here, and people will see us and know who we are. Like, people can look at him and be like, oh, that's the dude with the tattoos. I know that dude with the tattoos. Meh. But like now he can be Randy Harlan of Same Old Devils, which is nicer than just being that dude with the tattoos.
Mhm. For sure.
Which is kind of nice.
No, I'm with you, and I
Yeah.
get that persona being the guy with the tattoos. I mean, I'm probably privileged to be one of the few tattooed car salesmen.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was definitely looking at your arm, and when you said car salesman, I was like, he probably has to wear full-length shirts, and he dies of heat.
Absolutely not. So
That's nice.
my first probably I'd say my first year in car sales, I covered them up,
Yeah.
and it wasn't that I was embarrassed of them. It's not professional.
Right.
That's,
Correct.
That's what
Right.
I was told, and
Right.
eventually, I mean, during the summer months, I'd roll my sleeves up with customers I didn't think would throw a big fit about it, or I connected real well with. I would, take my.
It's that guy, onion.
Yeah, I'm really like, I'm
thing
getting
is
slightly
going.
like triggered by your
Yeah.
mic just moving away from your
Sorry.
mouth.
It's still
this
going.
better?
Yeah.
That guy.
The bottom one there.
I really need you to fix that.
Can you hear me now?
Thank you.
I can hear you right now. Oh my god.
Okay, we're gonna just change this all together. How about that? Okay, yeah.
How
So
about that?
I can see y'all, and y'all are like,
Yeah.
Well, I don't think people realize either, like, their voices are fading out, and they're like, well, they can still hear me. And it's like, no, if we can't hear you, like, literally
we can't.
screaming, then it's
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
it's not going to work. And we don't adjust audio here, so.
yeah, we don't know. So no, I mean, I used to wear sleeves a lot, and I got really tired of it because I was sweating constantly during the summertime. In the wintertime, obviously, it didn't bother me because I was wearing sweaters or something, anyways. And I'll never forget. I had a customer come in, and they said, "Where is the guy with all the tattoos?" And I was like,
That's me.
he's asking for me. Oh, okay. And it was a customer I sold a car to, and he was really nice and just wanted to talk or catch up, or he had a problem. I don't remember at this point, but I remember thinking that. I was like, oh, okay. I'm the tattooed car guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I could be the tattooed car guy. And I did some research to make sure like there wasn't somebody else out there already with that name. And, I kind of
so that makes sense with your Instagram handle.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
you really fed into that and did a great job.
That's what I wanted to bring to the table with standing out, and to, they always tell you in sales or in car sales especially, brand yourself, make yourself stand out. And that's what I tried to do. I was like, I'm the tattooed car guy. I have tattoos and I'll sell you a car. Like to me it was kind of to break a stereotype. Like, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a sleazy person.
Right,
I have tattoos.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Get over it. I can still sell you a car.
Yeah. Has anyone ever kind of like turned away from it because you had tattoos, or you've just been smooth sailing?
I've had smooth sailing.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a whole lot of problem with it. And I think that's because of the personality I can give off.
Right.
And be comfortable around anybody. And
It's also that accent.
Yeah,
honestly,
the accent,
because you definitely have like a southern boy charm
Oh,
thing
yeah,
going on.
definitely.
And like, I mean, you have the tattoo, so it's like kind of edgy, I guess, but it's the accent for sure.
well, and I mean, even at work, I don't try to be Mr. Negative. I don't try to be, the basic stereotype for somebody with tattoos. You're aggressive and you're angry. And no, I'm happy-go-lucky all the time anyways. I mean...
Southern boy.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
so
good
exactly.
Southern boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I mean, when I go out and greet a customer a lot, hey guys, I'm Clint. Nice to meet you. What are we looking at today? And it never foreseen a problem. I've gotten looks and I've gotten a lot of compliments.
Oh, wow.
Which is always nice from the weirdest people. One of my favorite customers, they bought a Jeep Wrangler from me 2 years ago, and they stay in contact with me.
Mhm.
They call me regularly, like, just check up on me.
Oh,
Just
cool.
Great people. I love them to death. They were actually at my wedding, which is weird. But I was like, y'all are more than welcome to come. And they're like, yeah, we'll be there.
Nice.
But they complimented me on my tattoos. And they're an older couple. They're very conservative. Not the people that would go, I really like your tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
And that, to me, I was like, you just melted my heart a little bit.
And you're also kind of breaking this like stigma about car salesmen, where it's like car salesmen are like sleazeballs, and they're trying to get you bad deals, get you to pay a ton for a car, and like all that stuff. And you're just a legit dude.
I really am, and I mean that's one of the things, especially with who I do work for.
Mhm.
We don't try and make a whole lot of money off people.
Good.
I mean, we
That's great.
try and make our bills as cheap as possible. If you ever come to our dealership, you'll see why.
Mhm.
We have a rundown store. The windows are cracked and broken. We have an imperfect lot.
Mhm.
I mean, but we have brand new cars. We have used cars that are all in great quality.
That's character.
I mean, I don't want to screw somebody over,
right.
Right.
because karma is a bitch, and I
Mhm.
believe in that.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I mean, if somebody wants to pay more money for something, I'll let them. They're happy with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've told people before, I'm like, hey, don't get me wrong, I'd love to sell you this car. This is not a good deal.
Yeah.
You can go get it better somewhere else. Like,
Hey,
Yeah.
that's even better though, because it's like, I mean, you're turning away business, but you're being like,
I'm
real.
be-
You're
yeah,
being
I mean,
honest.
I'm being honest about it.
Yeah.
And
That's
It-
what people want.
For sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
More so than
They like that transparency.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if someone's at least willing to be honest about it, like I would probably pay more for something that that I could get from them,
Yeah,
as
for
opposed to buying something cheaper from someone who's just feeding you full of shit.
Mhm.
yeah. Well,
Good
and
question.
my other big part to selling cars was always, I want to be able to tell you everything about the product.
Mhm.
And I've always been very product knowledge driven. And what drives me insane is when I get somebody who comes on the lot and they said, can you tell me about this truck? And I go, absolutely. Let me tell you all about it. And they go, good, because I just went down to the other dealership last week And the guy had to go ask his manager what size engine's in it. And I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah, that's not so good.
You can't do that.
You can't work
like,
at a car dealership and not know your stuff, man.
I agree, but people do it every day.
It's hard to buy something from someone if they don't know what they're selling.
Right, exactly.
Well, and to at least sound confident when you do it. You
Yeah.
know, like.
Make it up, but at least sound like you know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Exactly. I mean, no, don't lie, please. But no, like one of the guys I was hanging out with last night, he actually works for Chrysler in general, and his whole job is to go around and train people. And because of who I am and what I like to do, you know, I've connected with him. He lived 5 minutes down the road from me. I was like, hey, let's get together sometime, drink a beer, you know, have some laughs. And I mean, we just talk and we just bullshit. And he tells me some crazy stories about, you know, car salesmen who he has to go train who don't know anything. Been there 3 years, top salesman of the month.
Wow.
And I'm like, how do you do that?
Wow.
I
Just
mean,
good at bullshitting.
you have to be.
Yeah.
You have to be good at bullshitting. But I'm like, how do you not know anything?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how I'm good at selling cars, is because I know my product and I can tell you everything about it. You know, I can tell you what trim level and I can find the right car for you. You just tell me what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And when somebody says, I don't know how to sell you that car or deliver that car, as we say in the car business, you know, show you the car properly. And they go, yeah, you know, I sell 40 a month. I'm like,
40.
yeah.
That's a lot of people
That's a-
buying cars,
that's a
dude.
lot of cars,
Holy
man.
shit.
That's godlike if you can sell 40 cars a month.
That's a lot of
30,
cars.
30 is you're really good. And I mean, like, the most I've ever done, I think, was 22 in a month.
That's still a lot of cars
That's a
being
lot of
sold
cars.
in a
That's
month,
almost
dude. Holy
one
fuck.
car a day.
Yeah, it is almost one car a day. That is the dream for a car salesman. You sell a car a day, every day.
Wow.
Shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is a consumer's world
Yeah.
because everybody wants, not everybody needs.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
But that's why I have a job, so I'm not going to complain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So, how is your? Do you still have the Tesla?
I do.
Yeah.
How is the Tesla? I've seen one.
Do we
I've
still
been in
have
one.
it? What did you think happened to it?
No, it's Randy. Okay.
Did this boy tell you what he did to this car? Speaking of which.
No, let's hear it. I would love to hear this.
Oh God.
Oh my God. We were having the nicest, sweetest time. And I was like, all right, we're on our way home. We're going to watch a movie and we're going to Netflix and chill. And I had this plan in my head. And then it seems like he maybe forgot where we lived. I don't know.
Let me tell this
Were
story.
you sober?
Let me tell this story.
No, he was not
Hold on.
sober.
Let me tell
Oh,
this
okay.
story.
We do not advocate.
No, I was.
He was sober. He wasn't.
So we went to the record store that opened up down in what's that place called?
Hillcrest.
Hillcrest.
Okay.
We were at that record store checking it out. Everything was cool. Bought some stuff on our way home.
We had some
And-
drink because we ate a big orange and then we drank a little bit.
We
Because
had,
you
like,
had that milkshake.
2 drinks.
Yeah.
Which doesn't even count. That's the
I don't know
that's
because you
the
still
limit.
forgot where you lived. But go ahead.
I didn't
Doesn't
forget
even
where I
count.
live. So, we were on, what road is that? Cantrell?
Yeah.
We were on Cantrell, getting on the interstate there.
We were about to.
We were about to.
But he forgot to make the turn.
But so used to, no. Let me tell this story. God
He's
damn it.
fucking this goat.
So, used to get, to head north, getting off Cantrell, you would be in the left lane and you would make a left-hand turn.
Mm-hmm.
And you would get on the on-ramp and then get on, right?
I don't know how long ago this was, though.
But,
And
like,
he-
it was earlier
Definitely not
this
that way
year.
now.
They changed it to where it's now a right-hand turn.
Was
off.
it this year?
It was earlier this year. It was
Are you
this
sure?
fucking year. I know for sure. I know for sure. But I never drive on Cantrell that often, especially going that way. I'm always further down. So I'm in the right lane. I get in the middle lane to start getting over to the left lane to get on the on-ramp. So I get over, and I'm like, oh, fuck, this is the wrong lane. And I go to get back over, but by the time that had all happened, there was a lady coming up on me, so I sideswiped her.
In the Tesla.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we had to get it
Ouch.
fixed.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
But
On
it's
my
okay.
side. Yep.
Damn.
Oh, I bet you were scared. Did you?
Surprisingly, at that point, I think I was more scared of the fact that there were just so many. There's like one cop car that came around, and then like another one, and I was like, "Why are there so many cops happening?" And I'm just sitting in this car very quietly,
It was very
politely.
little damage.
There was like
much.
nothing there. But this lady was super polite, and I was like, "All right,
good.
she's not gonna judge us because he's a tattooed man, and I'm a black lady."
She was very nice. We had some conversation. We had some laughs. We laughed over it. We joked over it.
Good.
But then
This is the kicker
Dun,
right here.
dun, dun.
so
Right here.
like a week or so later, my insurance called me, and they're like, hey, that lady that you hit, she's claiming she was hurt.
Oh no!
Shit.
I was like,
Yeah.
did you see the damage to the vehicle?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you see that we were like laughing and joking and like right outside of this whole thing?
Mhm.
And they were like, well, here's your coverage up to this. We'll try to get her to. It's still going on.
Well, you
This
do
was-
drive a
Wow.
Tesla,
This was,
so you know.
I mean, I guess that
want to
was.
fork over some money.
I guess that was the deal. I guess
Yeah.
she's now. It's still going on. It's
Fuck.
still. It's still not settled.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's still not settled.
Huh.
She's like, you should have told me this.
Wait a second.
Oops.
Whatevs.
Whatevs.
But have you driven one?
No, I haven't got to drive it. I got to ride in one. One of the guys at work, his mom drives a Tesla. I think it's like a 14 or 16 model or something like that. And I was impressed. I was very intrigued by the Tesla.
It's a very scary car at first, for me at least.
Yeah,
Does
I
hers
mean,
have the autopilot?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Now we didn't get to try it out. We didn't get to go far.
That's
but
the scary part for me.
That-
I
because
don't trust
it
that.
makes me
I don't
think
trust
of
that shit.
when you have no control. It makes me think of when I was a kid. I went on the one and only roller coaster I've ever been on, and it was like shaped like a box, and like you get to the edge and it's supposed to turn, but like it feels like it's turning too late, and that's how I felt in this Tesla. Like I was like, no control. Are you gonna turn, or am I gonna fall off the edge of this roller coaster?
Mhm.
Like,
I'll let you. You can drive it after this.
oh
We'll go drive it.
God.
Heck yeah.
It's pretty great. And
Oh, man.
that one is I've got the dual motor,
Okay.
so it's not the performance model.
Okay.
So it's like the second slowest car that they make,
But it's
and
so
it's still
fast.
so stupid
Yeah.
fast.
I've
And
heard
you don't
they're all
even
stupid
realize
fast,
you're
like-
going that
The
fast.
torque-
Like we can go 90 and not even realize
The
it.
torque
Oh,
is just
gosh.
instant, so it's like that. You're fucking gone.
Oh,
There's
wow.
nothing that can keep up with it. Nothing.
No. I mean,
That motorcycle's a 1200,
yeah.
and it wouldn't keep up with it.
Yeah, see, and I've one of our I'm stuttering a lot. One of our old sales managers, he worked at a sister lot of ours. He is starting his own car lot for electric cars only.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
Oh,
And,
that'll be nice.
And
yeah.
he doesn't have everything set up yet, but that's what he's going to do, and I'm pretty excited for him because I'm really intrigued on what he's going to do with that, because I mean electric cars are the future. I hate to say that because it's going to ruin my industry, but I mean they're what's coming. There's what's going to need to happen. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh, for
and,
sure.
the technology's there. It's just the for one, the consumers as well as the retailers have to agree on that.
Well, here's the thing with electric vehicles. Really, they're not that much more environmentally friendly, because the batteries are just
Yeah.
as bad for the environment as the
Mhm.
pollutants. Really, they don't biodegrade. You can't get rid of them. They're all lithium-ion batteries, so they're all hazardous.
Yeah.
So there's nothing you can do with those. So really, they're not that much better than the environment. But once you when I have to drive my my GX now, I'm like, this car's fucking stupid.
Yeah. It is the hardest transition to
Just,
make.
like, I push the gas, and then the motor has to rev, and I gotta go through these gears,
Yeah.
and I have to turn it. What the fuck is this?
I have to
I'm
touch the
just-
steering wheel.
This is
Like,
fucking
so
stupid.
much
Boom.
effort. I go to a stoplight and I have to actually exert energy to hold down the brake, and I just feel my leg muscles shaking. Like, why are you doing this to us?
Shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Like-
even imagine driving.
It's
Because
stupid.
I've got a
It's
03
the worst.
Trailblazer, and it's just the brakes are shitty, and I have to slam on them every time.
I don't think that
I
I have
gotta-
the leg muscle to slam on a brake anymore.
Mm-mm.
Like,
No, I gotta wait for that shit to crawl to,
I go
80
to our
miles per
grocery
hour.
store 2 minutes away, and I sit there and I'm like, oh my god, my brain's exhausted. Like,
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Yeah, it's too much effort to drive
Yeah.
a regular car because there's no. That's why
It's
electric
just-
cars are the future because
sure.
Yeah.
all the technology you can pack in there, and there's so little effort to drive them.
And then when your kid asks, you got games. You got games on the screen.
They do
Yay.
have games.
Yeah.
You got
See,
games too.
We got games.
Wait, what? There's games
Yeah,
on
there's
the...
games.
got
on the
games.
That's
screen.
the worst thing like ever.
You're not driving. Who cares?
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
on
if you're
autopilot.
driving...
You got games.
Oh my god.
To be fair, you got to be in park. To,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
But yeah, it's really there.
Damn,
Whoopee
that's
cushion seats you can turn on.
What? Whoopee cushion
You got
seats?
pranks,
cushion
you know?
seats.
You're a liar.
You can. There's a fireplace.
Oh, yeah, you can put it in sexy mode.
Sexy
and
mode.
That is too cool.
Do you take me for a fool?
It's the jam, man.
That is awesome.
But
That
that's
would
why
be cool,
that's why they're the future. Not because they're environmentally friendly. Because
Nah,
they're
it
not
helps
so
me
much
so I
more.
can Instagram and get to my destination at the same exact time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Delegation.
You can't
Yeah.
do
Car
that.
you're gonna drive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Instagram.
Yeah. I'm
Who
gonna
doesn't want their own
Snapchat
driver?
this. TikTok got you.
Got you.
Yeah.
I'm not with it.
Don't drive in TikTok, kids.
I tried to TikTok yesterday for the first time, and it was the worst experience of my life.
Yes.
I don't understand. I couldn't get the filter. It'd be like blink, and I was like, I thought it was blinking, but it wasn't working. So I was like,
Anjali,
Yeah.
you're getting old.
like
I feel like that's.
You're getting old. Like little kids can do this shit,
I
yo.
feel really irrelevant.
Wow.
I called my sisters. I was like, "Hey, will you guys get on the computer with me? Because I'm trying to get TikTok to work." Like,
That sounds like
My
like your
sister's
grandparents
like-
calling about their computer.
my sister's like, "Hey, literally just a week ago, you called me to tell me that your neighbors are growing like a weed, and now you're trying to TikTok. What is
Yeah.
happening?"
Were you TikToking in his grandma shawl?
Oh. It just got cold in here, guys.
Chilly.
Shots fired.
You know
Shots
what?
fired.
But yeah, we'll take a trip after this
Heck yeah.
this
Mhm.
podcast.
Awesome.
You'll see.
Awesome.
You'll be able to sit there and not drive, and you can see how fast it is. Things fucking fast.
It wigs me out.
Oh man.
Because like I feel like I don't know, having control over my car is very comforting to me, right?
I love having control
Yes.
So
over
listen,
everything.
listen. It's very strange at first because that's when you're used to driving, right?
You're told
You're
that you
used
need
to
to have
being in
control over your
yes,
vehicle.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And giving it up is strange at first. But the first time, it makes like a 90-degree curve on its own. You're like, oh, this thing's fucking got it. Fuck this. No problem.
But also sometimes it does not make just very seemingly easy turns, and you're like, "Girl, what are you doing?"
Have you ever
Like,
had to like regain control?
Yes.
Of it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, what the fuck? I don't like that.
that bothers
Yeah.
me.
It'll tell you. It'll usually
It'll
tell
give you a warning.
So
like,
all
it's-
it does.
It's like, yo, I'm fucking up, dude. You need to.
Bro, I had too much gasoline
Yeah, I had
today.
too much motor oil. Fucking take over, dude.
all it does to stay in its lane is it's got cameras all over it, so it
Yeah.
can see 360 degrees, and it just follows the lines.
Yeah.
So at any point the lines, it loses a line, it's like I don't know where I'm at, and it'll start beeping and hey, take over, this is you got it. I
Yeah.
can't see where I'm at.
So those rural back roads, you don't go down those in a
No.
Tesla.
You can't autopilot that. You
No.
can
You
take
can't
'em,
do,
but
even do it
it's-
in his neighborhood, like, because there's no lines.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no lines in the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You can't do that. There's one spot too, coming down the road
the road.
where the road splits.
Oh, you're talking about where like
The
lines
road.
go really weird,
Yeah.
like
Well,
to
no,
the right?
no. Where like right before my neighborhood, where the two lanes are side by side, but it splits.
Right. Yeah.
So, like right there, you have to. If you're not in the right lane,
Mhm.
you have to kind of control it because it
Yeah,
will.
it
will hit that
It will
median.
probably hit the medium. Yeah.
Well, even
we haven't
normal
gotten to the
people
touching
like who
it, but-
actually control their car do that to that spot. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
yeah,
Yeah.
You got to be paying attention at that one.
yeah,
but
for sure.
other than that, I mean, for the most part, it's all good. You learn what you can and can't.
Fair enough.
I just sat here in anticipation because I'm like, is somebody about to say the road name? Because all of you are like, oh, you mean that road? I'm like, please don't say the
Yeah,
road.
yeah.
Like, please. I'm
It's
just
the-
sitting here. Like,
Yeah.
you see me panicking. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Besides,
stop.
besides the one road in Maumelle, it's the only other road in Maumelle.
Yeah, right, exactly.
One of the two roads in Maumelle.
Listen.
Our neighborhood shoots off one of the 2 major roads. You guys will never find us.
I got this one weird guy, and he's just like, "What's your dress? I'll send you a latex dress." I'm like, "I'm not telling you my dress.
Just
like,
give me money and I'll buy it.
That's how I feel. I'm like, just give me the money. He's like, no. I want to make sure you get the exact dress I like. I'm like, no.
Just send me an Amazon link, dude. Put it
Right,
on my
like-
Amazon wish list.
Yeah.
What are you doing, buddy?
That's why I have guns.
Stupid.
That's
Exactly.
right.
That's why
That's right.
Randy has guns.
And knives.
Pew pew.
And
Gun
that's why
gun.
he's registered now.
I am registered. I can use it.
I can use that gun.
I thought you said though you didn't have to be registered to use it on your own like property.
Not in your house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, speaking of y'all's roads around here, I have a haunted GPS in my phone.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
And did you know, because there was an easy way to get in here, I believe, and it took me all the way, like,
The back long way?
the back long way.
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh,
That-
I
so-
thought you were about to tell me that there's a ghost. Like
No,
you're
no,
like
no,
a
no,
haunted
no,
GPS. I was
my-
like, oh, we
my-
have a ghost? I
It's
thought
actually-
so.
So, usually with traffic, that way actually is faster.
Okay.
Because that road makes just one loop back to the main road.
Like,
Yes.
within this division.
It's like a big
Your
horseshoe.
brain is just
No. Well, right. In this place, there's really only one way to get here. There's another way you can loop around, but it's not that far.
Mhm.
But like if you're coming from Conway, you turn on, and then you can either keep going on the main road,
Yeah.
or you can turn off on the other road in this town.
Yeah.
There's only 2,
Too.
and it just makes a big loop back to the main road.
And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, once I turned off of the main road
Yeah,
and got close to here and I could see all the houses,
yeah.
it took me, like, way down here, had me do a U-turn, pull into this place, go around this way, come back around,
Oh, no,
and then
that's fucked
like yeah. So my GPS
Wow.
hates me,
Yeah,
and that's
that's
why I
way
say
fucked
it's
up.
a ghost, because it has a personality.
It's
And
a douchey
it is
personality.
it is all just like, how fucked up can we make him drive today?
He's the
So
Chad. He's the Chad
It's
GPS.
the Chad
And
GPS.
it all
That's
comes
it. I like
full
that.
Yeah.
circle, baby.
Fucking Chad.
Fuck Chad.
Well, that's 2 hours, y'all.
We did it.
We
too
did
bad.
it! Yay!
All right, let's
Clint, tell people where they can find
yeah,
more
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
And tell people where we can find more fuck Chad.
All right. So you can find more of me on Facebook or Instagram. I am the Tattooed Car Guy. You can hit me up on Snapchat. All my links are all on Facebook. Find me there first.
We'll have
'cause
them all
that's-
listed here
yeah,
too as well.
yeah.
So
Sweet. Yeah. Check me out. Like my page. You can find more of our podcast at Chad, a Fallout 76 Story podcast on Facebook. We are on Spotify, Anchor. We are on YouTube, Pandora. I mean, we're on almost all the platforms right now.
we'll get you some links for that as well.
Absolutely.
Support that Patreon,
absolutely.
y'all. Support
Yeah.
the Patreon.
Support the Patreon. Help Kenny help this grow. I'm one of his proud supporters. So,
Aw.
guys, thank y'all so much for having me.
Thanks for
man.
coming, dude.
I'm really glad you reached out and said hey.
Me too. Me too.
And as always, go to sameolddevils.com.
Same old devils, absolutely.
Buy our stuff.
Check out our
please.
stuff. See what we got there.
Same Old Devils on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you want to find us, we're there, baby.
Subscribe, follow, we're everywhere. Do what you do,
Yeah.
or don't. If you hate us, then fuck you. You know, all that stuff.
Let us
That's
know in
right.
our comments.
Yeah, if you hate us, tell us. Tell us how
Yeah.
much you hate
Yeah,
us.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah. But make sure to watch the whole video first. All right. All right. Thank y'all. We love you.
See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.